All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another live stream of The Driving Side. I got Derpzilla with me today. Thank you, sir, for joining on with me.
Thank you.
So basically, just like the thumbnail ensues here, I visited my dealer today. They had a couple C8s. Looks like the market's getting a little bit sweeter and sweeter for us. And I really wanted to check out another Camaro, or, you know, kind of just weigh my options, see what's out there. If there's something better for the channel, something better for the money, something, you know, another avenue, something, just some way to freshen up the channel and keep everything lively, I guess. But I've been really sold a good bill of sale on switching everything over to the C8 platform. And I wanted to get your opinion here, Dirk, because you have a ZL1 also. How long have you had that car for?
A little over 2 years now.
What year is your ZL1?
21.
What color is it? Satin steel?
Satin steel, yeah. I ordered it, I want to say September, October 2020, and it came in December. Drove up there and picked it up while my wife was in Tennessee. And I told her I got rid of my wing on my Subaru because she hated the wing on my Subaru. So I said, "Hey, I got rid of the wing." And then I was on a video chat with her, and I panned to the side, and she saw that I had a different car in the garage. So yeah,
surprise!
I still get shit for it.
Yeah, that's class, sir. That's class.
I better ask for forgiveness than permission.
Always and everything. So what's your background? I know that the last stream that you were on, you said that you were basically like Subaru, or...
Well, I had a Subaru WRX for a couple years prior to my ZL1. Before that, I actually had a SVT Focus for many years, and I also have a couple project cars. Like I have my old 5.0 Explorer, and and then I have an El Camino in the driveway I need to fix up, an 84 SS El Camino that I need to put an LS swap on that. That's going to be coming up sometime in the far future. It's my wife's grandfather's old car, so when he passed away, she wanted the car, so now I get to put it together. So
that's all right.
It's good shape.
LS1 or LS2?
No, this is 84. These are at 305.
Right. What you said, you're going to LS swap it?
Yeah, I don't know what one. I haven't really researched yet, but they have a lot of swap kits for it. So we'll see how that goes. But I was hoping to do the E-Crate swap, but you can't really get those. I'm sure they're gonna be like $10,000-$20,000. Put like batteries on the bottom of the bed, make an electric El Camino, but I don't think they've even formally released it, so I don't feel like that'd be down that route.
That'd be different. So have you even checked out the C8s? Did you check out your buddies or no?
Yeah, I checked it out. I haven't driven one. I know some about them, but I haven't driven one. But I mean, I never really considered them because I kind of like my back seat, so it kind of eliminates, like the Supras and the Corvettes and whatnot. So back seat, I got my 5 kids, so I at least like to fit a couple of the kids in the car. You go with the Corvette, you kind of lose. That's what's nice about the Camaro. You still get tiny bag seats, but you can fit some kids in there and whatnot. So
you still get some usability out of it then.
Yeah.
This C8, I'm not 100% sold on, and I'm hoping we got a few people in here right now. But if you guys have any comments, now's the time, because this is kind of like my pivotal point. I'm kind of on board with it because I'm a single guy. It's just me, so I can have whatever I want. I have a crotch rocket or a bike, or you know what I'm saying. So
you get a unicycle. There you go.
I could get a damn fucking unicycle. That's right. Hey,
how many people have a unicycle on their channel? I mean, you could be the first.
I'm sure there's a couple, but
circus. Maybe circus people, carnies or whatever.
Juggling
little carny hands or whatever, little cabins.
Yeah. No, but anyhow, I just kind of doing some comparing. And I kind of want to go through and maybe build one. But what made you go with the ZL1? Or what made you go with the Camaro? Because you could have went with Challenger. Challenger's got a big backseat. Charger.
Yeah, I was never big on Dodges, so I didn't want to go the Dodge route. I actually was, thinking Mach 1 Mustang because this back when the Mach 1s were first talked about. They weren't out yet, and then I was hearing they're going to be huge markup. So I was like, now I get the Mach 1 with the 5.0 or whatever with the less horsepower for like a little bit more. I can get the ZL1, which I mean, why 650 horsepower for a few $1,000s more than what the Mach 1 with the markups are going for? I was like, and then I was looking at the 2SS 1LE or the SS 1LE, and I was right on the fence with that. And then I was just like, wow. So when I talked to the guy, actually somebody off of the Camaro, somebody's posting something here. Oh God. No, my buddies just posted the link to my live stream in my Discord channel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
He's gonna start trolling me here in a little bit. But no, so it was a guy off the Camaro 6 forums, and a lot of people bought their cars through him. He's in a dealership up in, I think, North Dallas, which is a few hours from me. Yeah. And so I hit him up and I priced out a couple different versions of the car, and then he said, we got an allotment. Yeah. What do you want to go with? And I just said, I'm gonna go. I always, like when I went to Subaru, I got the WRX, it was right below the STI, and then it always seemed like I was like, kind of the one model behind. And this time I was like, I'm just gonna go all out. Yep. I'm old now, so I can go all out.
That's right. Perks of getting older. I hear that. That's kind of where I was. I went with the SS1LE, and I was like, you always feel like you're lacking, or you kind of have that what if in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? So. This time, I was just, I wasn't going to deal with just like you said, the crazy markups on the C8 and everything, but I mean, and COVID just hit and everything, they were hard to get, and you know what I'm saying? Because you remember the 20s? It was like, oh yeah, people were buying the 20s, taking deliveries, and then they were taking an $80,000 car and selling it for $120, just like that, so, but... I've been told that my money's going to be safer. I'm going to have better performance. It's something better to build the channel off of. And I just, I have a hard time turning my back on Camaro. So I kind of just want to do a little bit of comparison. And if anybody has any comments or whatever, jump in, because pretty much I'm going to build it with Derp here. I'm going to go through the building price, and whatever we build is what we're going to order. I just got done talking to my money guy over at the dealership, and he said whatever I turn in, it's what we're ordering. And yeah, so
you're going to order a new one. You're not going to get they said they had 2 in the lot as well.
They do. They have 2, but they had a 1LT Rapid Blue, like what I got, but I think the sweet spot for a C8's the 2LT, because you get the head-up display. You're going to get all the basic amenities that like a ZL1 has. That's the equivalent to...
Yeah, you don't want to take a step back on...
No, because I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed right away. I'll have instant regret, and it ain't going to be worth it, because... once you sacrifice or go without, then it's like, man, and you're going to pay more to do it. So I think baseline, I'm going to start with the 2LT. If I do go C8, I want to go with the Stingray. I'm not interested in the E-Ray. I am interested in E-Ray because of acceleration, especially from a standstill. But I'm not dealing with the hybrid, the batteries, the motors, because I'm going to keep this car for a little while. And I'm going to drive the wheels. I'm going to drive the balls off this thing. So
how much are they? Like, isn't they starting like 110 plus or something like that?
Something like that. That's what I heard. I really didn't look into it, because I mean, I looked at the diagrams. There was a couple channels I watched on YouTube that they had a couple of the cutaway, and man, I was just like, okay, all that extra stuff. It's just... All I heard was
batteries up in the frunk or something like that underneath it. So you get half a front. What do they call that? Frunk or whatever.
I thought the batteries like where the arm in the center console. Yes. And then you got the
motors up under the frunk. Yeah.
Yes, okay. And then you lose a little bit of space in the front, but not a lot. But you got the drive shafts going out. It's just extra weight. And in my mind, it's like extra repairs, extra cost. It's just, I don't really want to deal with it. I either want to go, well, I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to go all electric. I just want to go all gas. So pretty much my options are going to be whatever the third iteration of C8 is going to be, Z06 or Stingray. But I want the Stingray because I want the cross-plane crank V8, and I want the bigger displacement. So instead of the 5.5, you get the 6.2. I would love to have a 7.0. So, I mean, I think the torque is where it's at as far as C8 goes because now you've got all the weight over the rear tires. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's gonna,
well, you can wait a little bit longer to get the ZR1. So,
have you heard anything on that?
No, but I have a feeling they're going to make it kind of like a hybrid between the Z06 and the E-Ray. And do
I've
a
heard
hybrid.
That. I've heard that. I've heard that they're going to call it the Zora or whatever, but I don't. And it's all hearsay until you get something from Chevrolet. So I'm actually I'm interested in it. I like the way it looks. It's a little blocky to me, like that what I'm saying. But man, I'll get into you wanna get into the building?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let me see here.
After messing with my front bumper stuff, I'm about ready to.
Oh, dude, how was that?
CO2.
How is that? Did you get it to fit? No,
I could not get. I even worked with True Fiber. I was talking to the guy, the RD guy.
Yeah.
You don't know if maybe it's a defective one, but the inlets I could not. I mean, I literally sat the bumper on its nose on a bunch of microfibers and practically stood on it. I could not get them to clip in at all. My daughter like hugging it, I'm hugging it, and trying to squeeze in. I just gave up. I ordered the plastic inlet. I was going to do the plastic 1LE, the OEM ones. I'm just going to put those in. I don't feel like messing with it. And I talked to True Fiber. I'm probably just going to send them back. They can do whatever they do. I was dremeling the crap out of it. Open up the channel of the car because it's not the carbon fiber, the pretty side, but like in the channel between where the carbon fiber and where it clips behind the bumper.
Yep.
I had the Dremel all around that. I was dremeling the clips, everything. And I still couldn't get a snap. And I was like, this thing's not fitting. So I told him I'm going to send it in for like store credit. I'm just going to buy a couple like engine bay things. So I'll just do the True Fiber canards, 1LE OEM, GM inlets.
I just ordered some.
The True Fiber inlets or the
no, the GM.
Okay, yeah. And it's funny is I had the GM inlets and canards, then I got the True Fiber ones and sold the OEM ones to a guy from the Facebook group. And he installed it and he said it clipped in fine.
Yeah.
And he ended up running. Yeah.
So. You want the part numbers?
I already ordered. They'll be here Monday. So I'm hoping I can finish that. I can finish that video and have it up Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah. That's another thing is why I invite you to my streams, because seriously, people, if you're watching, this dude's he can break down in detail with knowledge installation pieces, and it's actual like, all right, this dude knows what he's talking about because I can listen. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched your video of you installing the deck, and I'm like, okay, finally. One of the few channels that have like a detailed analysis on how to actually properly install body panels and stuff like that. So
I've seen some videos where people are just kind of like, it seems like they're way far away. You can't really, and then they have their buddy doing all the work under the car while they're standing up there. They have a video of their face.
This goes here.
And the guy's underneath the car, and he's like, Bob under the car just finished up hooking this up. I'm like, what the heck did he even do? I didn't even see nothing.
Ta-da!
So I'm trying to make so I can at least see what I'm doing. Even it kind of, unfortunately, recording the video then makes me actually take longer to get around doing the installs because it makes my install take 3 times.
Yes, so like, and then you got a camera in the way between you and the actual. You know what I'm saying when you're working.
Because you have a camera like right in front of you, and you're trying to reach around it, doing stuff. I'm like, man, first person view here.
Yeah, this is the labor of love. It's got to be. But no, after we hung up, I was thinking that True Fiber piece, it's got to be like too long to be able to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's for the channel, with the inlets.
Their barbs are too, it's going in too deep. Well,
the bumper, if you look at the back of the bumper where the inlets go, that bezel, there's actually a piece that's plastic welded to the back of the bumper. and that
Yeah.
has the clips for the inlets, and also has like a channel, almost like a channel goes around, and that actually fits the channel. Plus, like 7 clips have to all line up, and it also has to go in at a diagonal, so it's not just a straight push in; it goes in diagonally.
Yep.
And I think either the channel's too narrow because of the thickness of the carbon fiber. Of course, since they're doing a mold of a piece and not actually a piece built from scratch, it's always going to be slightly larger. So I think it's causing it. That's why I tried dremeling it.
Yeah.
I mean, I went in there with a saw, the whole deal, and I couldn't get it to fit. So I'm just like, I was even tearing up my hands trying to, like, come on. And so I was like, I'm done. And so I was ordered the piece.
Waving the white flag.
Out. Yeah, even, I don't know if you still plan on doing with your, you said you are going to do your inlets. I had to cut my inlets out to get the OEM ones out. So,
shit.
So you don't have to actually cut the inlet, but you have to. I had to cut the tension clips on the inlet itself off to actually lift it out. I did the same thing with the upper grill. I couldn't get the upper grill out because there's just 20 clips. Unless you have 20 hands to hold them or 20, and I was trying to wedge it, and so I just took my Dremel cutter and I just cut the so it would flex more and I could pop them out. So I did that with the inlets. So when you get to that point, you'll have to see what I'm talking about. But you'll probably have to cut those. Unfortunately, the upper grill, that's a $400 part. So now I have a $400 part with no clips on it. So you can't really sell it to resell it or whatever. So you pretty much.
You know what shocked me was those clips are like $7 or $10 a piece.
Oh, you're talking about the little snap? Yeah.
I'm like, God damn. Yeah.
They're made of 24 karat gold.
They gotta be in the middle. You know what also impressed me was they say that the rear wing and the canards, the front end, the dive planes. What do you call them? You call them.
I think they call them canards. Or
canards. I like canards. I think
they say dive planes. Yeah, I don't know what the official term is. It's probably something completely different.
Tomato,
arrow,
but
slicer.
But they say that at 150 miles an hour, that's what everything's rated at. In conjunction with the rear wing, there's 300 pounds of downforce. And I was looking at the way that they actually clip in the bumper, and I'm like, oh my God, that is a engineering feat of amazement that you can get that much to take that much pressure with just those little clips. You know what I'm saying? Now that you've been in there and seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure the dive planes themselves probably a factor. You know, it's just a small amount. Most of it's probably the splitter. The bigger front splitter. Yeah. And surprisingly, once you pull the dive plane canards, whatever, out, there's actually multiple down clips that locks into the inlet itself. And then, so there's 2 down. So you have to, like the canard, like, you know.
Is there six per side?
There's 2 clips on the bottom that go into the inlet, and then there's 2 on the back, and then another one's on the back that go into the bumper. And so you have to actually kind of go in at an angle, clip it in, and then kind of twist it into the bumper. Oh, and of course, you have to cut the bumper to fit those last 2 clips. There's two slices you have to slice into the bumper. So don't mess that up, or you blow. You know, you wreck your bumper.
Oh, that's great. That's great. No pressure at all. No pressure.
And I had paint protective film on there, so I was worried about because I started with the drill. I was worried about hitting the film and bubbling it up the film or tearing the film, but it didn't turn out to be an issue. Oh, good. And so in my video I have, but I pretty much just take a drill that's just the width of the cutouts because they're marked on the back of the bumper. The 1LE and the ZL1 bumpers are the exact same, and I just drilled one on the end, on each end, and then I just got like a jigsaw and I just cut the little rectangle or a Dremel. I tried a Dremel, and then the jigsaw seemed like it was a little bit easier. So
okay, good tip. Good tip.
Yeah,
I'll keep that in mind for when I'm in.
Don't get crazy and just over slice because then you're gonna have you could have it a little bit kind of your cuts to be a little bit dirty because then your canards will clip over it and you won't see it. But if you go crazy with it, then you're gonna have a hard time hiding it.
The guy from the dealer was telling me to go from the paint side to the inside of the bumper. So
I went from the inside. I went from the bumper out. But you could either way. If you drill, as long as you drill a hole on each end, and then you've got some tape or whatever, if you want to mark it, you can go from the paint side. For me, I went the inside to the outside. I didn't notice any different. The cuts are clean. They look pretty good. So
okay,
good to go.
I'll keep that in mind.
Have fun.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So, anyways, get back to the C8. Let me see here. Tell me if can you see the?
Yeah.
Okay.
Convertible or coupe?
I'm new. Yeah, I'm definitely a coupe guy. So I think what we're gonna do, I don't care about the convertible. I think it's just it's
What is the
like
coupe? Does the top does it have panels you can still pull off with the coupe?
no, it folds back on top of the engine. Well, kind of on top of the engine.
Was
Remember
that
how
the convertible that does that, or the coupe does that?
convertible? Now
I thought the coupe you could take the part of the roof off like as a panel,
and it fits in the trunk.
yeah. So it's not automatic, I think, but you still get somewhat of a convertible feel, even though it's a coupe, right?
Yes, they're all they have that Targa experience.
Yeah.
You grew up in the same time I did, so it's Targa.
So they need to bring the T-top back for the Camaro.
Yes. Hey, I'm saying T-top everything, man. I love T-tops. So I pretty much what I was discussing with them was going with the coupe, convertible. You don't get to see the engine. I know it's not a big factor. Also, I'm the type of guy that if it doesn't make it go faster or perform better, other than carbon fiber, I'm kind of like, yeah. So the 2LT is kind of where I wanted to go. Like I said, I might go 3LT. It seems kind of like it's a waste of, $3-4 grand to me, but it does. What's that?
Even add? I guess compare the two to see what is even the difference between the 2LT and the 3LT. I'm not really familiar with the 3LT package.
Let me see here. So basically, I love how they put the 1LT right in the middle where you don't need it. So basically, all that's pretty much. So you have options to go back to the 70th anniversary edition, which they do have some cool colors, but that package is pretty expensive, and it's not. So let's go mechanical. It's basically a paint job and wheels, and then you get to pay an extra $7 or $8 grand
for the 70th.
Yeah, for the anniversary edition.
You get probably an emblem on your seat, right? A little stitching.
Oh, that's true.
$7,000 worth of gold threaded stitch.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, see, I mean, you might not get the gold threaded seat stitch.
Man, they do that for me.
$7 grand, yeah.
yeah, for $7. Just bring your big bag of money. So basically, it's looking pretty much the same. I know.
I guess the 2LT you get the front lift is available.
Yeah.
I guess that's
I gotta have
right?
the lift. Yeah. No, it's an individual option by itself. It's $2 grand though. So, if you go 3LT, it's automatically included into the 3LT. But the 3LT, the only option is it unlocks the ability to get the solid color interior, which I kind of do like, but it's really not that important to me, especially if you're gonna tint the windows or whatever. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. Available. It's looking
everything
like
says available. I mean, it's no standard differences. It looks like
right. It doesn't look like you're gonna get anything different.
Be nice if they had an option. Show me the differences.
Yes. Why don't you break it down for me? I wonder if you could hit that select. Okay, so.
Oh, here you go. Not available now. Yeah.
Carbon flash paint, ground effects, not interested. Satin black, blah blah. Outside mirror covers available. Ooh, that sucks. That's all right.
Looks like all the carbon fiber they give you. I guess you can't get some carbon fiber package if you don't have the 3LT. It looks like.
Man, should we do the 3LT?
And then it looks like interior carbon fiber, exterior carbon fiber.
I'm thinking. I just want.
And then I guess you can't get the 70th anniversary unless you get a 3LT.
Correct. So let's see here. What body colored, heated outside mirrors with integrated turn signal. That's only available on the 1LT, my friend.
But you got the aerodynamic mirrors on the the fancier models. You get the old safety mirrors for the 1LT.
Right. Yeah, it looks like everything is pretty much the same as a 2LT, like you were saying with the carbon fiber. I don't know. Maybe it is worth the $4 grand. 77.
Oh, here you go. Yeah, the 70th stuff. All this stuff right here and down looks like it's not even available for the 2LT. Yeah. So if you want Napa seats or something.
I really wish they had that adrenaline red dipped for the interior. But the GT1 bucket seats, I did sit in the GT1 and the GT2 difference. Yeah, definitely GT2 seats. Definitely. The GT1 definitely felt like it was more of like a bench seat, just like this chair right here. It didn't hug you. It didn't have any bolstering. It didn't have, but let's see here. Okay, so it looks like all the split colors and everything are going to be available on the 2LT. It's kind of flip flopping. You don't get the Bose. HD rear vision camera. Maybe it's not an option, but it's included in the package, because that doesn't seem like it's,
or it's like there's like a, it's part of a fancier,
could
not called HD, it's like the 3D freaking backup camera. If you have the 3LT, you don't have just a basic HD camera.
Right. Safety, whatever. I'm not really whatever.
It's funny how many options the Corvette has, and the Camaro has like 5.
We get nothing.
You get 5 choices. You want a carbon fiber front thing? You want red seat belts? There's your choices.
I walked up to the dealership and they were, looks like the curb weight's the same. 3,300 pounds. That's not bad, man. How are they keeping the 3LT with all those extra options at the same exact pound for pound weight?
My guess is a little bit of carbon fiber maybe lowers the weight a little bit, and then a couple extra. I mean, plus the tech stuff doesn't really weigh that much. I mean, a couple extra. I'm sure the wiring's probably all there for all of them, the same.
Yeah.
Harness, everything the same, but they just put like a couple different, CPU processing chips in there, and a couple sensors or whatever. And then if the seats, most likely the seats performance seat, so it might be a little bit lighter. So maybe offsets or something.
I also did hear that the 3LT does have a different, like, actual textile, different kind of leather. That has,
it's a Napa leather, I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, if you like Napa leather over like the micro fake whatever leather that we normally get, the Napa leather is usually higher end.
Right. I think for this sake, I'm going to go probably black.
Jeez.
I'm gonna. What's that?
Oh, it's just cleaning. Keeping my last car was black. It was such a pain. Now, if you like cleaning every day, black looks awesome. Like for the first hour after clean, it's all ceramic coated. It looks amazing. It can't be beat.
Oh.
Then 30 minutes later, and you get a little pollen on it. You go like, oh god, it's dirty already.
I'm still tired from cleaning it, and it's already dirty.
Yeah. Some days I don't even feel like driving my car just because I don't want to get it dirty because I just cleaned it. I was like, I don't feel like cleaning this thing again.
Man, should I do torch red?
Well, you got highlighter green. You could be like a big giant highlighter driving down the road.
Ooh. See, and I do have a subscriber, Jack the Reefer. If you're in here, bud, comment. But let me go back. And he did bring up a good point, because this car I'm actually going to drive the shit out of. So I kind of wanted to do something that's going to blend in with traffic. And
this is definitely the opposite of that. I almost went with that color with my car. Then I was like, man, it's just so bright.
Yeah.
I would just, it's like
2021. Did you have shock available back then?
Yeah, shock was
okay.
I think that's pretty much kind of like this color, a little bit different though. It was like a greenish, the greenish neon.
Yes, I actually like it. I actually really like it.
I liked it. Like, I don't know if I wanted to own this long term. Like, it would be awesome to have, like, if I only had like a weekend car, kind of thing.
You're like, it's probably better as a wrap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's why I went with the satin steel. I always like the satin. I always like the silver, and it always looks really good with carbon fiber. Silver and carbon fiber is a nice combo.
Yep. So I'm gonna pass on all that. Yada yada. The wheels, I'm probably gonna do something aftermarket. So I'm gonna leave the base wheels on there. I'm just gonna leave everything plain Jane. Calipers.
Ooh, there you go. The neon yellow caliper. That was on a black car.
On a black car? Yeah.
If you get, well, it depends on really what color wheel you plan on going with. If you're going to go with like a dark wheel or something, or like
probably bronze.
Yeah, or even a bronze wheel. I had bronze wheels on my black WRX.
Yeah.
And I love the look of the bronze wheels. My wife was like, oh, was that Memphis gold grill wheels going on or thing? But I was like, it's bronze, it ain't even
gold.
gold. What are you talking about? It was a matte bronze.
Center cap,
But
screw all that. Well, this is turning out to be a simple build, my friend. I'm gonna do natural dipped. Is that too much? Why is the wheel still black? That's weird.
Well, it's got a brown strip, you know. So
yeah, it's got the natural. What do they call it? Natural, yeah, natural 12 o'clock marker. Ooh.
They have some nice two-tone options too.
They do. But I hear on the 3LT, if you go with the dipped, that Napa leather, that it's just a different leather. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it says natural dip Napa leather. Yeah,
can you
nap it up? Whoa.
Can you get? I thought the Adrenaline Red was only for the.
That's pretty nice. Yeah. I'm a big sucker for red and black. You know, red.
I am.
I mean, it's overplayed, pretty big, but it just looks so good. I mean, plus it goes with, I guess, the stitch work is all red. Now,
I thought this was only available for the Z06.
Maybe it was not available last year, but maybe with the Z06 they brought it over to all the, Corvettes since they're already producing it. Maybe
that could be. Looks like that you get red stitching and everything, because I fell in love with it with Maserati. Maserati's got the best red, what they call red guts interior that I think is available in cars today. So, but I think, oh my god, if I'm gonna go with the black car, I probably have to go with the natural dipped. I'm thinking that this is gonna show scratches. It's gonna show dirt. It's gonna show, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Alex Wang, who just posted on my channel. Part 3 will be out, hopefully Monday or Tuesday.
For what?
I with OBS, I'm still getting a chat feed on my thing. I can't really bring it onto your screen or whatever, but I have a couple people posting as well. They're talking about my Part 3 of my front end series. Yeah, well, the one where I couldn't get the freaking inlets going and chop my hands up pretty much trying to get it to work. But I have a replacement coming in. Hopefully Monday. Oh, there you go. Competition sport button.
I know. Seat. That's kind of what I'm thinking here.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Give you a little extra offset color here.
What's that?
Well, when you moved over that seat, you see they put a little bit of black bolstering in there to kind of break up the solid red a little bit.
Maybe I'll do that. $500. That's cheap.
Are you able to spin like to actually see the seats a little bit better than just the ass cheek area?
Where you're if I can let my computer fucking boot up here. I like that. I'll roll with that. See what else we got here. You gonna be oh, there we go. You gonna be doing some work on the front bumper tomorrow?
A little bit. I actually was doing some work today because taking the bumper off, I noticed a couple of the little mounting pieces on the side of the bumper had a super thin piece of plastic holding one of the screw mounts in place, and of course it was broken off. So I had to mix up some flexible plastic bonding epoxy, and I just touched up those edges. I mean, I'm talking like 2 millimeter mount. It's mounted with like 2 millimeter little piece of plastic on a couple spots. Like it didn't completely come off, but a couple of little areas broke off. So I just put some of that epoxy on there, welded it up a little bit. Yeah. And then I pulled the old heat shield from underneath my car, the exhaust heat shield. Yeah. That got ripped apart when the tire went underneath my car, and so I pulled the old one off. And I was starting on getting ready to put the new one on. And but my piece comes in Monday, so hopefully.
Oh, it is?
The inlets. Yeah, hope I get the inlets in.
Day and a half away, so.
Yeah. Just I finally gave up a couple days ago and I ordered it. So.
Hopefully the bumper's not cut up too bad, is it?
No, the bumper didn't take any damage, thankfully.
Okay, good. Oh man, see they raised the price on this Z51 package. Seriously, if you're gonna buy a C8 Corvette, that is the package to get.
Yeah,
if you're gonna get anything,
right there. Yep.
Definitely have to have the Z51.
Suspension.
I think if I'm gonna do a red interior, I think I'm gonna have to go back and I might have to do. I'm wondering if white. Man. Let's see here. You there, Dirt?
What was that?
Okay. Nothing.
I was helping my buddy put together his ice maker.
Oh! Nice guy.
Because he knows I had an issue with my ice maker.
I had a notification come in and everything went quiet there, and I'm like, oh, great, here we go, right in the middle of the stream.
Ceramic matrix gray. It was like, almost like that Arctic silver they used to have on the Camaros.
Here we go. Just keep the Camaro, don't get me wrong. I love Corvettes. Also, but you see them almost as much as Chargers and Challengers. You don't see Camaros a lot, let alone a ZL1. Just my 2 cents. I thank you for saying this, T. Browning, because seriously, I had this same rebuttal with I had kind of like maybe a team of salesmen around me, and we were talking about this, and I told them, I said, listen, in 2 years, when your markups and the market, flattens out bottom lines and it might go back to the way it was before, I said, that car is going to be in the middle of every driveway. And I told them also, we do have confirmed 2024. Actually, you were the one, Dirt. Thank you, sir, for dropping that on me. 2024 Camaro is happening. So all the videos that I called out in the last stream saying that Camaro's going to be gone, blah, 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 it's all crap. People talking, and they have no credible sources to back it up. So I told him, I said, Camaro's going to be gone. This 2024 was probably going to be the final year. And that's my gut feeling, that it's going to be dead after 2024. So.
Oh, yeah, it's for sure going to be gone at that moment.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Did they say it was going to be confirmed dead, or they just. Because the only word that I got was.
I heard 2024 was it for a while. They were saying 2023, 2024, but I don't see them going past 2024 just because.
Yeah.
GM. They're not, you saw the sale. I don't know if you saw the numbers, but behind Challenger, behind the Mustang,
we're getting creamed.
They're not building them. And then
what?
they're not
building
Camaros.
what?
They're putting out so few that people can't even get them if they wanted them.
I don't
so the sales numbers are horrible.
Right. They don't even talk about like that. Yeah, I think GM marketing is actually allergic to the word Camaro. They don't talk about the car at all, ever. It's not brought up in any advertisement. And I'll be honest with you, if you want to grow a bigger automotive channel, Mopar and Ford, those are your other two. I'm doing this because I love it and I know it, and I've had so many Camaros in my entire life that it's natural to me, and I'm gonna go down with the ship. So this is where I'm staying until the ice goes away, and then I'll pick something else, or I'll readjust when that time comes. But until then, I literally think that the ZL1 and basically 6th gen V8s or Camaro is just, it's the better car. And I think everybody jumping on the Mopar and the Ford, it's just, I think it might be a trend thing because.
That, and I think that they say that you could roll into a Dodge dealership and anybody can buy a Challenger or Charger. You could have a 250 credit score working at KFC. They're gonna find a way.
Really?
I heard that's a big joke. Is like they put them all outside the military base or whatever. You roll in there, you get like a 30% APR car for 30-year dang warranty or loan.
The legal limit.
Yeah, versus like GM and Ford are a little bit more strict on who they're gonna let buy the car. So if you go in there, you have not really working a job,
right?
You have horrible credit. You're probably not gonna roll out the door with a new ZL1
You just have to show
or a
some income.
Your guy's like, I'm a living, breathing person. Sold. Hop on in. You can take a call.
And I can tie my shoes. Yes, I can find my way back here too. So,
and not to mention, I mean, those Dodges are what most stolen car you can.
Yeah.
You know, if you're living in a city somewhere, your car is going to get jacked for sure. I mean,
it's because they have so many ways to do it. It's you know what I mean. And that's the one thing I love about Chevrolet. It's just, and this Chevrolet across the board, Equinox, Silverado, all of it, Blazer, all of it. It's the encrypting, the encoding. Look at the Corvette. Here's my biggest fear: is you can't tune this thing, and there has been companies going bankrupt trying to hack their software. It's just something that I think Chevrolet or General Motors just does across the board better than any manufacturer in the business.
Yeah, I think that if you want to go with the custom turbo kit, you have to go standalone setup for the Corvette.
Yeah,
I believe.
Motec.
If you want to, some standalone.
Yeah, but Will, you're talking. I mean, man.
Oh yeah, your price exponentially is going to go up because if you do standalone, you have to do the whole deal.
Yeah, that's a big.
So you can't just do a couple.
Bro.
But I did hear it's a little bit more flexible with bolt-ons. I guess it can adapt a little bit because I think it does have a true wideband air fuel gauge built into these. I think the Corvettes and also the like black wings and stuff like that versus the Camaro, which has a narrow band. So they can adapt within its own OEM tune a little bit better with some mods. And of course, you can't just slap a turbo on there. That's too much. But if like it'll take bolt-ons and actually adapt the power, you know, the fuel curves a little bit better, and you get more power out of just throwing an intake and exhaust
from the factory. Yeah. No, I agree because I was talking with my tuner Graham over at Paragon Performance and pretty much everything you just said. So I've got some things in the work. Hopefully, I'm trying to raise the money here. So if it does go through, everything that you just talked about, we're going to remedy. So just hang in there as far as ZL1 content goes. But yeah, T. Browning's right. Heard 2024 is gone. I know at the dealership I ordered my Camaro from. Going to electric crap. You are? Don't do that, Mr. Brown.
Well, I think he's saying GM after 2024 is going all electric.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's saying he's going electric.
Nah, don't do that, bud. Don't do that, bro. Are you gonna go electric, Dirt?
I'm sure. I'm gonna always keep my. I think I'm gonna always keep my Camaro. Is the plan, but I might get a daily driver electric car for.
I'm sure
around town or whatever.
I'm sure the Wangzilla plate will fit right on the.
Yeah, well, it'll be like E-Wang.
E-Wang. Oh man. Oh, will that fit?
Yeah, you can make it fit.
Okay.
I think it'll fit. Yeah, E-Wang. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll fit. I got Wangzilla to fit.
Definitely Wangzilla.
Yeah.
Also, people I know that do the show. Yes. Going to electric. No. Oh, there we go. That a boy. He says, not me. That a boy.
So, yeah. I didn't think he was talking about he's going electric.
Yeah. Okay, so I think if you're going to go red, I don't know. The black just looks a little funny to me, bud.
Well, the black looks pretty good. Or maybe the carbon flash metallic might look good. If you don't want to go quite black, go almost black.
What is that? Oh, I didn't even know that was an option, man. Oh, because that's 70th anniversary. That's only going to cost you. How much was that? Actually, let's check it out. Because here's the thing: is that white pearl, that one right there in the picture? Can you see that?
Yeah.
I think you can get it in a flat or a matte finish too. But let's see here. How much is that package? Oh, right down there in the corner, $6,000, $59.95.
I guess it's not. What all do you get there? Oh,
luggage.
You got luggage too. So
yeah,
good.
You get forged wheels. It's really not that bad of a deal.
The wheels don't look bad though. I mean, those kind of wheels you could even keep.
No,
I'm not big on not big on the red trim around the wheel, but
yeah. I never dug the red line editions or anything like that.
No. Well, that's too bad. The carbon flash, because the carbon flash would be perfect. Not quite black, but still real dark. Yeah. See. Oh, is that
that ain't too bad.
That looks pretty sweet. But it looks like they took away your red interior.
That's all right. I'm cool with the gray. Actually, let's just do that. Man. All right. So yeah, what's
And they even throw a 70 badge on the side of the car.
Oh man, the giving, it just does. It knows no bounds, right?
Yeah.
I think I would leave it at that.
Well, you got carbon. What is that? Carbon. Oh, so they do the engine cover in red as part of the package too.
Yeah.
Actually, looks pretty cool.
Everything. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Just don't spill any oil on it.
And I get to be one of those Corvette owners that says mine is like one of 56 in the world. You know what I mean? And
Do you get matching 70th anniversary New Balance shoes
and tracksuit? Yeah,
Tracksuit.
Yeah. That way I can walk around the mall. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Or if you get an Adidas tracksuit, you can be like a Russian mafia member with the Corvette.
Maybe I have some ends to, crack that E99 ECU.
Oh, look at that carbon fiber dual roof package.
Yeah, I think I would go with that. Pretty much, I'm serious. Everything like carbon fiber, I'm really digging Paragon Performance stuff. So if it did go this route, I think I'm gonna pass on all that.
Damn, look at the cost of their carbon fiber wing, $7,000.
Where? Where'd you see that?
Near
Down
the
or-
bottom. Yeah, near the bottom. Right.
Oh
there.
yeah.
6,500. Dang.
Bro, dude, seriously, that 1LE, the Camaro ZL1 1LE rear wing.
$5,000, wasn't it? Right.
Yeah, it's like $5,400, but you can buy them online through like less than $1,000. Carbon fiber. I don't know.
Oh, not
Highly
the OEM
doubt.
one, whatever. But yeah.
Correct. It doesn't have the X on the end caps of the the. But I don't know the quality of the carbon fiber.
Well, I know
or
Anderson
the
makes
epoxy.
one. It's pretty good, but I'm sure it's not quite OEM level because a lot of times the aftermarket ones like the
But it's still probably got to be
and
what,
stuff.
$1,500?
Yeah, you can pay the money to get it re-cleared or whatever, or
Yeah.
ceramic, or wrap,
but I mean,
whatever.
Chevrolet's charging you like $5,400. So
There you go, visible carbon fiber ground effects, $5,000.
yes, sir. Oh, you can easily push this into a six-figure car. Easily. And I've seen a lot of the stuff that Paragon Performance has, and they even have like dry carbon. Sorry, but I think I would pass on the OE stuff. So yeah, 94 G's, bud. Is it gonna load?
What's
guys?
tax or whatever? What's tax rate over
Yeah.
there?
Tax tag, license, blah blah blah, all that.
Was
stuff.
it like 8% tax where you're at? Something like that.
7.
Woo.
Yeah, everybody had a conniption fit when it was went from
Another
6 to 7. But yes,
Another $6,500 or whatever.
$94,000. So if you went Camaro, the coupe, for sure.
Oh, so it's all microfiber inside with the 70th anniversary. So I do
and
like
you get
microfiber.
Yeah, no, me too.
Or
That's why
Alcantara,
I love the
whatever.
ZL1 and the 1LE. It's okay. So
Well, that's why I replaced my knee bolsters and everything with custom Alcantara.
How do you like your 10-speed? Oh, really?
I like it. Yeah, I don't know if you saw my video. I have a guy also met off of Facebook, but also a Camaro 6 for him.
Yeah.
He restitched the knee bolsters. I initially had the Adrenaline Red ones, but they're like a leather material and kind of hard.
Oh.
I didn't like it. And so I actually got somebody gave away a set of the classic knee bolsters, like the cheapy base model knee bolsters. It's a piece of plastic. I sent it to him. He put foam on them and restitched them with red. So I sent him the material red Alcantara with, I had him do the darkish gray stitching. So the gray stitching matches the seat color.
Yeah.
And the red Alcantara matches the
stitching.
stitching. So it's like an inverse. And I did the knee bolster of that. So it's a little bit thicker. He also did my center console lid.
What video is that on? I'll have to go check it out.
It's a few, I don't know how many back, but it's part of one of my playlists, like my interior exterior playlist.
Okay.
And so I have one for the knee bolsters and one for the custom center console lid. So you actually redid my lid. He put extra foam in it, so it's a little bit thicker and more comfortable to lay your arm on.
Yeah.
And it's all the micro Alcantara with red stitching.
Yeah.
I didn't want any lettering or something. I just wanted a nice plain console. So we redid that to match like the seats and stuff. So the knee bolsters are red. Alcantara. The center console is the normal, typical Alcantara color.
That's awesome because I bet that. Yeah, I'll have to go check that out because that's. You
Yeah,
got that dude. You got that dude's number still?
Yeah, I got his info. I sent him a bunch of people. Everybody saw a couple of people saw my video. I sent him probably like 20 people to get their stuff done. Especially because I was the first one to I came up with the design for the red knee bolsters using I even bought the thread. I bought the material. He gave me the source that he goes through, so I went and bought it and shipped it right to him, and he put it together for me. Because I don't sew or do any kind of stitching myself. It would look crazy.
Sounds like a good way to shave off some bucks too.
Yeah. And I did the first one, so yeah.
So, do you think your 10-speed, legitimately, is it worth the extra money?
Depends on. I mean, if you just love shifting or whatever, then it's not worth it. Me, I've driven manuals for like the last 20 something years. I wanted a car that. What was that?
Was it a good change?
I like it because I still got the paddle shifter, which works amazing.
Right.
If it was just a normal automatic transmission or something like that, I wouldn't change.
What's different about it? Because I hear everybody raving.
Yeah, it's instant. Like you paddle shift, it's instant. It's smart.
The shift times, is that what you're talking
about? Super fast, shifts super fast. It always keeps me in the perfect RPM range.
Yeah.
You can go into performance shift mode. So if like that's either you can hold down the downshift paddle, or you can tap the accelerator. You tap the accelerator real quick, it goes into performance shift mode, drops it to the perfect RPM.
Really?
And then holds the gear up until like optimal shift point. So if you drive a normal thing, it'll shift kind of, it won't shift like it's not going to run out the car to red line. Performance shift mode, it runs at the red line.
Okay.
And it shifts instant. Boom.
So you just tap the pedal? You just tap
the pedal and it'll flash on your screen performance shift mode. So then it drops you to the perfect gear. So say if you're chilling on the highway at 60, you tap it.
I thought you had to hold. I thought you had to hold the.
Two options: you tap, or you can hold it. So whatever one you prefer. I usually just tap it because it's boom. You just tap your toe real quick, goes to shift mode, and then it'll automatically go into performance shift mode if you do a hard braking or something like that. So if let's say you do a quick brake, it'll go into performance shift mode, and it'll downshift to help you slow down quicker as well.
Okay.
So if it drops a gear down, it'll help use the engine to help slow you down with the car versus being in a high gear trying to slow down quickly. It gives you that extra brake, the engine braking or whatever. So, it's smart. Yeah, it's always in a good gear. It's always shifts quick, lightning fast. I mean, it's not DCT speeds on shifting, but it's very close. A lot of people say it's like a hair behind the C8 dual clutch, like a hair behind.
I think this time, everything within me, I've been thinking this over and I've been debating it, especially with one of my subscribers. And I just commented this the other day to Mike Burley, but I think I'm gonna have to go 10-speed. I gotta try it.
With your Camaro, next Camaro.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I have a feeling you're gonna go with the automatic transmission with your Corvette.
Yeah, you ain't got a choice.
There you go.
And that's what I told him was I come to peace with and I don't even know what it is about me, but is it an ego thing? I don't know. It's just a preference that I have because it seems like you always have control because the car depends on you to do your part and you depend on the car to not brake and do its part, and it's part of the experience. You know what I'm saying? For driving around town, and everything. But there is something with the gearing. They've geared the manual too tall, and with the automatic, it's just instant quick hits, and it keeps you within the sweet spot in the torque curve. So, and it will go black this time because I was going to go rapid blue, and I just saw shark skin for the first time in person today. It's a cool color. You're going to have to check it out, but I do like the satin steel better. So since the satin steel, it always comes down to the color you really, really want is not available. So
well, I went satin steel because it made me think of the DeLorean. Back to the Future got that DeLorean kind of almost
that's
like a
polished
stainless
aluminum.
Steel. Yeah, so
it is stainless. That's right. You're right.
So I'm that looks perfect. That. And that's why I went satin steel in the end.
This time black. I'm going to follow through with it. And we're going to go 19s. I'm going to do the ZL1 1LE. See, look at that. Look at that. It's just like I was telling S. Look at the blur.
Are we still looking at the Corvette, or do you have another one on screen here? I'm
Oh,
still
my
looking
God.
Corvette.
Oh, my God, dude.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So you're
Can
walking through all this.
Can you
I
see
see
it
it
now?
now. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah. So I pretty much went through the Camaro. We're going to go 1LE. I'm sorry. Man, that's what I was saying. That's what I hate about StreamYard, because I can't see what you guys are seeing. Looks like Sudeep Chatterjee. T. Browning says 10-speed says it's the best automatic he's driven. I don't know what's so different about it, but I hear people freaking just freaking going off about
the programming it. The programming is very smart. They did the programming on point. It doesn't seek gears. You know, sometimes you get these like high autos. They don't know what gear they're supposed to be in. See, they'll be kind of like shuffling back and forth. You know, like what gear am I supposed to be in? This one knows what gear to be in. It's always. I've not had mine in 2 years get confused on what gear it should be in.
Z240 satin steel. Is that what's Z240? Is that the paint code? Do you know what the paint code?
Don't remember. I
know paint code on Rapid Blues WA632D. But I don't know the paint code. Man, I don't know. Maybe he's talking about. What are you talking about there, bud? If it was my job to race and go fast, auto makes sense. Auto.
It's faster on roll racing for sure, and it doesn't have that first gear.
You just got me right there. You just got me right there. Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, you just tap it. You go in performance shipment. Though some people with the automatic, I guess, roll. I don't do a ton of racing in general, but some people, what they do is they'll actually drop it into manual mode, go down to the preferred gear they want, and then right before you hit, you flip it. Like right when you hit, you flip it to auto, and then let it shift for you. But you start it in manual mode for the takeoff gear, flip it to drive, and then you take off.
Why? Why do you flip it to auto?
Shift. You can't shift as fast as the car does.
Oh, okay.
I mean, versus.
So let me ask you this:
you're going through the gears quick, so it's like bam, 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 bam. That's quick.
So you got 10. So let me ask you this: when you go into auto, is it hitting every gear like you would in manual?
Yeah, I mean it jumps right through.
Or does it skip gears?
No, I haven't noticed it skipping gears. I'm not sure if it does in the programming. Maybe if you're going real, I think it does if you're just kind of casually cruising. Wide open throttle, I think it goes boom, boom. It hits each gear on the way up.
Yeah,
like I think they said 8th gears, you're going like 180 or some crap like that, and then 9th and 10th is technically like overdrive gears.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. When I was racing SS's, that 10-speed, it just even the NA, the LT1, it just kept it in the power, and it doesn't let up. It's just a freak show. Just it keeps you in the power, and it's just and it was everything. Like I had to outmuscle them in horsepower, to even keep up with them. So. I'm thinking if this is the last Camaro that I can get, I kind of got to swallow that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's stout. I mean, I guess people say it's good for 800-900 wheel horsepower, and then you can get it built if you want over 1,000 horsepower. If you want, they can pull it and swap the gears out or whatever they do.
Justin Keith at Killer Performance, he's running like 1,600 through his because he just got the world's fastest. 6th generation Camaro. He's got a 2019 Orange Crush ZL1, pretty much my dream car. But he's got the Orange Crush ZL1, and he's kept full interior, full. You know what I mean? It's still a full road car, but he switched it over to twin turbo. He's got about 1,500, 1,600. I think he's got like 11 or 1,200 wheel, maybe 1,300. I'm not sure, but yeah, he just got into the 7-second quarter miles, and he still got the factory 10-speed in it. So
he didn't have it built or anything, huh?
Oh yeah. He's had it built.
Okay. I was gonna say, man, fat, like
different
the
converter
factory,
in it.
Yeah, you pull it out, you build it up. You can get. I mean, I'm sure that
But I mean, it's possible. It's possible to have is unlimited horsepower and still have the 10-speed. So it interests me, and it allows me to make still has a bunch of headroom for power. So it keeps it open as an option. But I'm gonna say this: I've raced a ton of them, and they're fast. They're just hard to keep up with. So I'm gonna go 10 speed on this one, simply because it's just there's a ton of them out there, and this is why I tell everybody go ZL1. If you're gonna buy a ZL1, buy them used if you can't truly afford new, because we get one option for interior. It's pitiful.
Yeah, we just saw
pitiful.
The Corvette had 50 options, like everything.
Dude, you could spend 15 G's right in the interior of the car, but
seat type 1 belt. You get red belt or and of course you have to go the red belt because I mean it's the red belt. I mean it's the only thing you can do.
Seat belt color 1. Well,
yeah. And what's funny, a few years ago there was a couple options, but now those options are even gone. So you don't even have that.
But you know what the funny thing is like. And this is why I love Camaro. It's because everything is reasonably priced. Because seriously, the red seatbelt color, $195. You can't even buy one pre-tensioner assembly for $195 from the dealer. I think
I'm sure if this is in the Corvette is going to be like a $500 option for the same thing.
I think it was. I think it was
a $2,000 option if this was BMW or something like that.
Forget about that. I mean, yeah. But this is the pitiful part of where Camaro kind of lets me down. I'm wondering if this is how they keep the cost low, because seriously, I've pretty much got all the boxes ticked, and we haven't even cracked 80 grand yet. So we've got everything. I'm gonna do the black lug nuts because you get black wheels, the satin black wheels. Gonna do the $325, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. I opted for this. I'm on the ZL1 that I do have right now, and just looking at them, the quality of the finish. I don't think it's anything you can buy aftermarket at like Napa or Riley's or whatever the auto parts store is, wherever you're at, whatever state you are. But so I'm gonna opt for them. I know it's insanely high, but if they're gonna last and hold up throughout the test of time, it's worth it. So I don't think anything else is really gonna make it go faster.
How much? I don't like their gas cap options at all.
No, I think the cheap. They just pop right off.
Yeah, well, I would like it like an exposed carbon fiber, just a flat carbon fiber gas cover that looks just like the normal gas cover, but carbon fiber.
Solid. That would
look better.
Just dry carbon.
Just a single piece with no weird like indentation with the word written on it or anything like that. It makes it look like it's a screw cap, and it's not. So what's the point of that? I mean,
why does it say Camaro?
Yeah,
you don't know what you like. Like it has to be spoken. Like it's
So I don't like the gas cover options. Like I said, if they had just a plain flat carbon fiber version, that replaced the entire like gas thing with just a piece of carbon fiber. Yeah. With an aluminum base or something like that, I would pick that up. That would be a nice little accent. But I don't need a freaking Camaro written on it. I don't need a turn handle on a thing that pops out. It doesn't make any sense.
A fake.
Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to turn it, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And you push it to pop it out. It makes no sense.
It's just like Challenger with the metal cap and everything. So 79,715, and that's like Camaro of Camaro of Camaro. That's the ultimate Camaro. We didn't even go. I mean, you could double that on Corvette.
I was thinking the 1LE, but I just don't like that big giant wing. I just don't like the wing.
I don't like it either. I
know what it does.
Yeah.
But like I said, with my car, I went with the swooped trunk. I like that look. I wanted that with my WRX. I didn't get on my WRX, so I got on my Camaro. I didn't want to spin.
Yeah.
Now it'd be nice if they offered like a 1LE track light package without some of the aero.
He's talking about a Nissan.
Oh, okay.
Z2. Okay, I got you, brother. I got you. T. Brownie says, I like the manual as well, but you won't regret the 10-speed. Something tells me you're right. So this is why I'm kind of taking this lead. And the other thing is like, I'm not going to be the dude where it's like an ego thing where, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I kind of want to just try out. Here's the thing is, I, bought new on the SS1LE, bought new on the ZL1, and I'm going to buy new on the ZL1 1LE if we go that route. I just think I brought enough manual cars into the world. I want to try a 10-speed, you know what I mean? So, looks like I missed one. up here. It says, wouldn't you like to know is, I bet silver flare would look good with the red interior on the vet. Well, we can go back and try it here. You can do a 3LT. Start a new build. Can you see it, Dirt?
I'm looking at.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
No, I got a message posted up on my channel.
Yeah, what's up?
From C4s or kiddos. He said ZL1 auto all day. It's free dopamine, like an endless roller coaster ride until heat soak. I don't really get any heat soak. So
they're talking about the 10-speed?
Yeah, 10-speed on the ZL1.
Okay.
I guess you have to be really beating the crap out of it to get any kind of heat soak on the Camaros. Not like the Corvettes, the C7s back, the Z06s back before they fixed their cooling issues and stuff like that. But
Dirt, you got to get meth. Meth will open your eyes.
It's Walter White trying to sell me some meth.
Yeah,
not meth, man. It's
not
good.
crystal, not
Good.
crystal. But I'm telling you, let me check here. I wanna check this. Why did it go red? Silver flare with the red interior. Meth will. Yeah, it does look pretty good.
He's saying he drives at 160 for 15 minutes and heat soak. I guess I could see that maybe while blasting the AC. I haven't driven at 160. I have nowhere I can drive for 15 minutes at 160.
But in the last stream, that's what I was telling you. Like it frustrates me how that went from like on the 2019, it went from a 2650 blower, and then the C6 Corvette had a 2300. And then the Gen 5 ZL1 had a 1.9 liter, but the Gen 6 gets a 1.7.
Yep. It's
efficient
faster and more efficient. Yeah. But it has less headroom.
It gets exhausted so fast. It has heat soak. Even in the ZL1, and then you add meth, and the thing just has like endless lung capacity. Yep. It's just, dude.
I'm not sure what my plan is. Probably not for about a year. I'm riding out my 3-year warranty, kind of.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not getting anything. That's why I'm not doing anything that needs a tune. And then I either gonna eventually go twins or a 2650. So it depends on. And I plan on doing the install and all that stuff myself. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll probably have somebody do like a cam because of course you have to go with a bigger fuel load cam setup if you want fueling, and so the cam install might be beyond my my capacity to do in my garage, so I might pay somebody for that.
No shame. There's no shame as long as it's done right. And I'm to the point in life now where I'm fortunate enough I can pay someone to do the work for me, and I'm gonna tell you what, am I capable to do it? Yes, I am. Is it worth it to me now? No, it's not. Because, I mean, when you're seriously looking at a bill and you're breaking down and it's like, oh, man, I've done this crap before. $1,600 to have this installed. Pay it. Like, and also, I can also make content and do other stuff while, that's being done. So I can multitask and try to make up some of that money. So it's just, it's a better way to go. So there 100%, dude. There's no shame in paying someone.
Well, all the other stuff, like I said, I learn as I go. And then I try to make videos on as I learn stuff, or I'll learn it and then make a video of me doing it. Like I said, I don't have a background of doing any kind of automotive stuff, as I'm all just self-learn, like most people nowadays.
Bro, yeah.
I'm an IT guy. I do computer stuff. So, and I'm a computer nerd. So
100% pay someone.
But now if this was the 5th gen or something like that, I heard the cam install significantly easier.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, I mean, most people are saying they just pull the engine to do it to make it
easier. Because, I mean, the oil pan has a lip, and it comes up over the front timing, and the timing cover comes under that. So the oil pump has to come. That means the rack's got to be dropped. So pretty much the front end has to come off, and you know what I'm saying. It's very, very involved.
So I figure anything breaking open the engine, I'll probably, when it comes to that point in a year and a half, I'll have them do the cam. I'll have them do probably the Caltech oil pump. Even though I have the 2019s and up are a lot better, but you might as well have it up there.
Yeah.
Oh, a pull engine for the ZL. Comment. No, we're talking about the ZL1 engine.
Ahead.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So And then also replacing, I guess, the lifters and a few other things while you have everything opened up. You might as well just knock all that out. So I let a shop do all that, and then I'll either go twins and do that part myself.
Yeah,
because I don't have to worry about opening up the engine. So
I
figure if I'm going to open up some engines, I might do it on my Explorer before I start messing with it.
That Maggie 2650 is really hard to beat.
My only issue is I'm just worried drivability.
Yeah.
On the 2650, like if you get onto it, I'm worried I was going to slide off the freaking road. The twins, you could drive kind of normal.
Yeah, it's
at
got
more
some,
speeds until you get on it, and then you got the so you don't have that super high torque right off the bat where I just you ram it and you fly off the road. You can at least get going and then fly off the road after the fact.
You can kind of direct where you're going to fly off the road too. Right?
Well, that's why I do have all my suspension parts laying around.
Yeah.
My BMR stuff to lock in that rear end, especially the that rear what is that? The cradle bushings.
Yeah.
That helps a lot with some of that water.
Well, see that's why I wanted to buy a ZL1 1LE because they're all steel.
Yeah.
Like they're metal on the 1LE. And also like the top hat on the strut, the front strut, there's no rubber bushing up there. That's part of that jarring that you see people like, you know what I mean?
And you get the adjustability right out the box too.
Yeah, you get adjustable sway bars, you get adjustable all of it, dude. I mean,
I guess you can rotate. You can rotate the front top hats or something like that to flip it.
Yeah.
And get more for your track alignment or whatever they do.
Yeah, you just take that pin out and then freaking you can spin it and you get different. Yeah, so I mean, but the chassis stiffness and you're gonna get rid of the mag ride. You're gonna go to that to actual like a shimmed McPherson strut. So they got the spool valve or whatever, but it's an actual like, you know what I'm saying?
For me, I just don't track enough. So when I was looking at it, I was like, I didn't want the one wing, and I kind of wanted the adjustable suspension, just give me options of comfort. Because my WRX, I put on coils. I had freaking
for sure, you made the right decision.
I had the coils. I was like, I want the mag ride, adjustability. I want to flip the tour remote, especially the road right now that they keep tearing up by my house.
Especially if you got kids.
Yeah, if I had the 1LE, I'd probably freaking shake my car apart because the road is complete trash right now. I mean,
that's another thing. That's another thing that I'm worried about. Squeaks, creaks, rattles of interior pieces with all that jarring effect over 10 years, 15 years, or whatever. It's just stuff that time will tell. Sudeep says, I wish Camaro had all of those interior colors like the C8. Like, seriously. I wish they would just talk about the car or make a commercial or a booklet. It's like
I actually did see in a movie recently. Nicolas Cage movie.
Huh? What?
Yeah, it was that weird
Camaro?
It was his main car. Nicolas Cage. It was that weird one with the animatronic freaking characters inside, like Willy Wonka's. What the heck's it called? It's like
wow.
I don't know if you're familiar with like Five Nights at Freddy or whatever. My son's big into this stuff, but he's got a movie. He came out like last year. He goes into this place and there's these weird animatronic like demon looking things. It's like a super like a D budget movie. Yeah. But his car was, I believe it was, I want to say it was a 1LE or a ZL1. Let me see, Nicolas Cage. I'm going to look this up.
Yeah. But no, I mean, Sudeep hit it right there. I wish they had something other than, I think the SS gets silver stitching and the ZL1 gets red stitching. Across the board, we all get the same. That's why I tell people, if you're going to buy a ZL1, and like buying new is pushing your budget, just go buy used, man. Go buy used from somebody that has done the maintenance, the fluid service changes, all the stuff correctly. Whether it's been beat on or not, because these cars are tough. But just go buy used because they're all the freaking same. They're all the same. If it's the color that you can live with, yeah. Okay, I mean, there's no difference.
It is Willy's Wonderland.
Willy's Wonderland. I'll have to go check it out.
Willy's Wonderland. So if you go to... okay, I want to send you this link here. Maybe you can see. I'll send this to you on Instagram.
Okay. So guys, what comment in the comment section. Do you think, what would you like to see? You want to see the C8 or you want to see the 1LE?
There you go.
The ZL1 1LE. I'll put it back up here.
You can put that video up on the stream if you want. It's Nicolas Cage in a Camaro that's in a movie that came out in the last couple years. That's like the only one I've seen in a while.
What's it called?
I just sent you the link in Instagram. I don't know if you got it, but it's Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage, and I sent you a link to like a short video of him driving the Camaro in the movie to Instagram.
Oh, I can't open up it. Get the E-Ray. Get the E-Ray. I'm not interested in the E-Ray. I'm not interested in all the extra moving parts.
There you go. I just dropped it in your StreamYard chat. I don't know if you can see those.
ZL1 1LE. Okay. I mean, it's the cheaper option. Let me see here. Okay.
There you go.
I might have to cut it up just to, you know what I'm saying? Just to
I don't.
it up here.
Yeah. Or you
For
can
copyright.
Mute it if you want. Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah,
It's an SS.
Yeah, you mute the video so you don't have music or whatever. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, you can mute it. There you go. You know they'll flag like 2 seconds.
Yeah, they will.
I think it's an SS.
Is it? Is it LT1? I didn't even know this movie existed.
My son's big on the Five Nights at Freddy, and it's very similar to that.
Yeah, it's SS. That a boy.
But
man, I'll have to go check that movie out. Was it any
yeah,
good?
so that was his car. And now, of course, he's only in the beginning and the end of the movie. But I saw that, I was like, "Oh, holy a Camaro!
Yeah,
that's in a freaking that's in a movie.
Yeah. So
that's not Transformers."
Here's my thing. Do you think that the ZL1 is going to be worth more after they end, or do you think? Actually,
I don't think any of them are going to be really worth that much more in the next 20 years. We're talking you're going to have your car for over 20 years for these things to really be worth anything.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So we got one for the E-Ray, one for the ZL1 1LE. I would rather see the ZL1 1LE. Corvettes are nice, though. Okay, 2 for the ZL1 1LE. It's it's about $15,000 cheaper. So, I mean, here it is again. I had the same debate. Yeah, there. You come around the corner, buddy. You come around the corner. ZL1 1LE. Man, that thing looks mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's why I'm converting my front end to the one. I love the front end of the 1LE.
Yeah. I'm just doing it because I need the aero. I need the downforce.
Yeah. Of course, then I kind of lose some of my downforce from though I do have the trunk that does add some downforce, but it's not nearly as much as the big, the big spoiler that comes with the 1LE. But there you go, 2650 with the 1LE.
Yeah. $15K for mods. Yep. So the my thing is, you still lose the fog lights down here. I don't know. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah, I see it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lose the driving lights, the fog lights, whatever. That's not a big deal to me. But the 2021 and up, you did get the rear view camera in on the shark fin for the XM radio, so that got added back in.
Yeah, other than that, too. That's like the best thing. It's the car with the visibility.
Do you have that? You got that, don't you?
Yeah, I have 21.
Okay.
So yeah, I have that. It's of course your rear mirror is a screen now. Yes. And of course you can flip it between the mirror. I've never actually used a rear mirror. I only use the rear mirror screen. I've never flipped it like mirror mode because there's no point. You can't see anything.
No, there's no point. Have you ever? It's like looking through this water bottle. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's no point in using it. So
no. Yeah. I use the 2 side mirrors, and I use the if I'm gonna change lanes or whatever, I depend on the what do they call that?
Oh, the blind side detector.
Yeah, blind spot.
Yeah, those are great. with the rear mirror combo, I have no issues with visibility. The only thing I have issues with visibility, I wish they would have added a front camera, you know, at the splitter level or something, or in the bottom of the front grille. So going through like drive-throughs, I don't take my car through drive-throughs.
No.
And of course, I can't pull into a parking spot. I always back into a parking spot simply because it's so low in the front. You can't see over your hood and around you, and it's so wide. I don't even risk it. You know, I don't even risk it. So if they would have put a camera up there, like a wide lens camera, that would have been completely negated. And just have a radio area with a button would have been perfect.
Wouldn't you like to know? So it took me a couple days to get used to that camera mirror. Yeah.
Yes, it is a weird effect. Yeah, if you look into that mirror, the camera, your eye almost like goes cross-eyed trying to look through that, because you also see, like, I guess the way the depth of the camera of your mirror causes, like, almost sometimes if you look at it weird, you can actually it kind of throws the image off. You have to kind of look at it like you have to train yourself to look at that mirror. Some people, if you just hop in, you're not used to it. You look at it, you're like, oh, my eye almost makes you go cross-eyed.
When the SS1LE, my oil cooler went out, as a loaner car, they gave me a Traverse or something. It was an SUV, and that was when I had first exposure to it. And I'm like, oh my God. And then when I got in my ZL1, I got acclimated to it a lot faster, because just like you said, it takes a little bit to train your eye, your brain to get that down. But yeah, after that, I took to it real easy. And even when I was like driving through the snow and stuff, back glass was covered in ice and snow. I could still see because of that camera. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
As long as the camera's dusted off, you're good to go. Like I said, if they would have put that exact same camera in the bottom of the front grille, or even like in the flow tie, they could have put it right in the inside part of the flow tie. You've been good.
So I'm sorry, I'm bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Says Lethal Garage did a DIY on to add the camera to the front. I'm gonna go check that out.
It's not hard. It's not hard to do.
Oh, really?
But the issue is it's hard if you want. I want like a button on my screen.
Simplicity.
Now you can do it and run it to like a Bluetooth module and run it on your phone. Or
see, the Corvette's got it. The Corvette's got it.
Yeah, but to add it to you can't add it to like your nav screen. You know, your infotainment center screen. Unless I think maybe like there's a couple places that maybe you can get a reprogram. You take your whole system out, send it in. Maybe they can add a front like a button to your.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to just kind of rig together off of your phone or another screen, tablet, or something like that, then that's not super difficult. That's pretty easy. Getting it integrated to be almost like an OEM option, that's significantly harder. I didn't see his video. Oh, so I wonder if he must have got a program. Then I think there's a kit you can do that, but I want to say it's probably expensive. Anything that requires programming.
You guys are all about the see, I'm so far, but I don't keep up on that. Just like in the last stream when they're talking about the speakers and the this and that, I don't follow that stuff. But man, I'll have to. I haven't
seen that video, so if he hasn't hooked into the nav screen, so it's all seamless, then I know there's a couple companies that do programming of your infotainment center. But I think once you start programming, you have to pull the whole infotainment center out of your car, send it to them. And then a couple of weeks, and of course now you have your system out of your car. Your car is undrivable for a few weeks till you get the system back, and it's probably I'm gonna guess over $1,000 to add that. Or you can do it for like $100 if you want to, you don't mind it being kind of ugly and just have it on your phone. Probably set up like a Bluetooth type setup or something like that. I'm guessing. I haven't really delved into it that much because I just don't drive through. I don't just drive into fast food drive-throughs and I
establishments.
Back into parking spots.
Yeah, I back everywhere I go. Nine Nation Auto says Camaro is amazing. I agree with you. He's got a ZL1 too. Should have been on the stream. Should have invited him.
Oh yeah, same.
Man, the 1LE. So I talked to my dealer, and he pretty much was like, "You need to buy a C8. You need to buy a C8." So if the Camaro's the only what
C8's are gonna be around for a while. So I mean, you can get this or keep your current Camaro. If you don't pull the trigger, or if you don't plan on keeping the one you have now, in a couple of years you can't buy another one, new one. Versus C8, you can still buy a C8 in a couple of years, new. Right. So I mean,
right.
I mean, you can dust off the New Balances, in a few years if you have to.
They'll still have the plastic on them and all the tags. Man. Yeah. Said, oh, okay. He says maybe the kit's come away since he's posted the video. He says definitely check it out. It's a kit you can get. It's already plug and play. That's cool.
I'll have him throw up the link if whatever, because I know I've seen it. It was probably like 6 months ago that I looked at it, and I was like, I don't feel like.
Yeah, if you post the link, I'll put it up for everybody. But yes, I think okay. So it looks like off of this stream, I'll go ahead. I'll put the order through. It'll be ordered on Monday. So he was telling me that Chevrolet, what he's predicting, no numbers, no data, no nothing to back it up, just a gut feeling from him to me, and then now from me to you. He's thinking that there's going to be like less than 300 built for the final year from now to 2024. So we're going to throw the order out there. I'm sure everybody's trying to get this car. So
he's going to put in for a 2024 order?
2024. And
I wonder if they're going to have
what's
the
that?
wing on. I wonder if they're going to have the wing on constraint again for.
That's the constraint. But here's my thing is like everybody has it on the shelf aftermarket. Like,
well, GM only goes to that one supplier. And that one supplier, I think, does their Corvette carbon fiber, maybe. That does probably all their carbon fiber. So Corvette, I mean, is going to have. We're going to build the Corvette carbon fiber. We're going to use all our resources for the Corvettes. And then what do we have? A little bit left for the Camaros. And they're like, oh, we can't build enough.
I'm to the point now to where I just don't believe it. I don't believe him. Something is just not 2 and 2 is not 7. You know what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that you're not building an entire vehicle because of something you bolt to the deck lid. It doesn't sound right. I mean, you know, you can blame it on the chips, the semiconductors or whatever, but I think we're kind of past that. From what I hear, and I did have another subscriber, Josh, man, I try to be on top of giving shout outs and giving credit where credit's due. But he lives in Lansing, and he said he was going to drive past the plant and see if there was still a ton of cars compared to the video that I put up of flying my drone over. He did get back to me like maybe 3 weeks after that comment, and he said that the volume does seem lower, but they do have other places where they stash cars. So we don't know. So, but Jack the Reefer, another subscriber, he did say that his car is scheduled to be delivered February 8th, and he ordered it March of 2022. So, yeah, bro.
I got lucky when I ordered mine. I ordered mine right
as COVID hit?
October 2020. Well, I ordered it in October 2020, got it December 2020. I think COVID I want to say COVID was already going on, but the chip shortage kicked off like shortly after I got my car.
Dude, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you pay a markup?
No. I got a discount on mine, so a slight discount.
Really?
And another thing is, it's just like when I bought my house. I bought my house, and then COVID kicked off, and then all the shortages and stuff, and prices are going up. So I got my house super cheap compared to how the same area the houses have already gone up $150,000.
You need to start playing Powerball, my friend.
Something.
Wouldn't you like to know if they're going to be adding a markup? I would keep yours.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't pay a markup.
I paid $4,500 markup for mine.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I got lucky. No markup, and I got before the big the price increases, because that was what two years in a row of price increases. It looks like.
Correct.
So I mean, yeah. It'd be nice if they let you do a rear wing delete, save $5,000, and then you could pick up the other wing, like an Anderson wing, and then pocket the difference, and then not worry about them potentially trying to hold the car back, the 1LEs, because of supposed carbon fiber shortages.
Spoiler or whatever.
Spoiler shortages.
Just go buy one from Anderson. I will. Send me the car with no freaking wing then. I don't care.
Yeah, Anderson, their quality definitely is nice. The only issue with Anderson is they can't freaking ship the product in a safe manner to arrive without problems. I had multiple pieces that came damaged.
They oh really?
Multiple pieces. Yeah, I had a trunk that came damaged. I had to cut it in half.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I actually did a video where I cut it in half. Of course, I didn't follow any safety requirements. I probably breathed in a bunch of freaking carbon fiber strands. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? So I just got saw and I just cut this thing in half. And
coughing up
stuff everywhere. I'm like, I should have used I should have done this a little bit safer. But they wouldn't give me a replacement until I cut it in half and sent them a video and a photo of me chopping the thing in half because I can't resell. But I actually, instead of cutting it in half like vertically, I cut it in half horizontally, and I saved the rear portion so I can use it as a mantelpiece now.
Yeah, there you go.
I have the rear part. So I have the rear part of the deck lid with the swoop sitting on my one of my toolboxes as a decorative piece. If I would have done it, vertically, it would have been just you couldn't really do anything with that. And so I cut that in half. They shipped it to me. It was damaged. And so I also had my, I want to say my lip came damaged. No, the trunk came damaged. They replaced it.
Yeah.
Got a new trunk. And I think the lip, or no, diffuser. The diffuser came damaged. And I had to freaking do something with the diffuser.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I emailed them like, hey, my freaking trunk came damaged. You're getting ready to ship me this diffuser. Can you like double box it? Because when they sent me the replacement trunk, they like double boxed it. They had like almost like foam things around the edges and was perfectly packaged.
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it.
That's why I emailed them like, hey man, I had an issue getting my trunk. It was damaged. You guys half-ass boxed it. Can you do it with my diffuser? Like, no, we can't do any special things like that. I'm like, oh god. So of course, like 2 more things I got all were damaged. Like get pool noodles, cut a slot in the pool noodle and wrap it around the item, and then put it in the box with some bubble wrap. They don't do that. I'm like, how much? They must have 50% loss ratio on products for shipping damage. I don't know how a lot of people have issues.
Like if you look at parts, it'll say email us for on shelf stock or what, and it's kind of making sense now.
Yeah, I mean, because all their stuff is damaged in shipping because they don't package it right.
Yeah,
that was the worst part of the carbon fiber is getting all my parts, and then I finally got all my parts, and I had already lost motivation on installing them because I waited 6 months to get them. After I had to wait for damage and reships and stuff, and now I have all the parts. I'm slowly, finally putting them on.
Now you're like, I'm over it. Skydog Pigpen says, I waited 4 months for my black 2023 ZL1 6-speed. Nice. recently be formally accepted by GM almost a week ago, waiting on TPW. Is that transport? Now. Well, at least you're going to get your car. It says no 1LE for me. And he said no markup either. So if they do come back...
really, there should be no markups right now because the car market is crashing.
Yeah.
Well, used market specifically, but when the used market goes down, it means the new cars prices should be going back to normal.
Okay. He says target production week. Well, at least they picked up your order, so it's in status, it's in motion. They picked up the ball, it's in play. So
only got 4 more months to go, and we'll have it.
I waited 8.
Yeah, my buddy waited like 6 months for us to get built, and then it took him 3 months to get it shipped to him. It sat built, waiting to be transported. I guess they had a transportation shortage.
No, what the thing is they have contractual agreements between Chevrolet out of the Lansing, Michigan plant and Jack Cooper Transport. Okay, I did my research. I'll drop names. I don't give a shit. So here's the thing. I called Jack Cooper Transport. Oh, are you the end user for this vehicle? Yes, I am the owner. I've already paid for it. Well, I can't tell you anything. Sorry. I called Chevrolet. You need to talk to him. I talked to my dealer. We don't know.
Yep.
So pretty much, you get the runaround and nobody knows. So basically, I kind of got some outside info. I actually had a few employees that actually worked on the inside, emailing me on the back end of things. I'm not bringing up any names or which lot they work at, but they said that they have contractually agreed the work to Jack Cooper Transport, and they cannot release the vehicle. My dealership agreed to release the vehicle to me in transport mode with all the plastic on, no PDI, no detail, no inspection, and they would not release it to me. I actually went up to the plant because I wanted to see it, because at this time they were selling fake VINs. The dealerships were pulling some shady shit as far as like selling cars. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I hadn't seen the car. I saw it through my OnStar link. I saw every once in a while the car would start. So I kind of had a gut feeling, to not lawyer up that the car was real. So I drove up to plant. I wanted to lay eyes on it. I was also kind of, checking things out because at this point I was so frustrated because it was built and finished 100% on March 26th. And I didn't get the car till July. So it sat in the same damn spot for 5 months.
Same thing happened to my buddy. Yeah, he ordered it, waited forever, sat there forever. And, of course, they don't really tell the dealership.
Nothing.
Other than until it's loaded up and going. And then they'll say, it's in the transport or whatever. And I guess you can go to the website somewhere that it shows you like that. But it doesn't show you anything happening until that happens. Other than it's just sitting there.
My OnStar said the car started and they put 2 gallons of gas in it. Or no, I'm sorry, it's like 2 or 5 gallons.
Just
of
enough
gas
to get it on and off. And
so that way when it's on the truck and it's inverted, you're not starving the fuel pump for gas. So they put just enough in the tank. So I was like, okay. So I texted Cody from Hot 1LE. And he was like, dude, it sounds like you're about ready to get the car. Because at that time, I was about ready to make a video. If I get 25,000 likes, because I pretty much had it mapped out. You could they're right there by the road. You can just walk in right off of like William Street. There's a BP station right by the freaking highway. Jump in. I was going to jump in. I was actually going to go steal my own car. I actually called a lawyer and they
Mission Impossible.
Mission very possible because I was pissed. I was pissed and I was done. And I was making payments on a car that I didn't have. And there was just a lot of shady stuff going on at the time. You was in a whirlwind of shit, and it was just
that's crazy. You're paying on it before you even got it. Like I didn't even,
I ordered
my thing until the car was at the dealership. I signed the paperwork a couple days. Like and they said, it'll be here in a few days. They e-formed me the paperwork. I signed it, and when I showed up, I had to do like one more signature. I received it, and that was it. And then I started paying at that point. I didn't pay anything until I had the car. Yeah. So we didn't find I had a pre-approval while it was being built. When it got built, and like a couple days, they sent me like an e-form or whatever, DocuSign type thing. I just DocuSigned it.
Damn.
They said it's here. I drove up there to Dallas, traded my WRX in, and signed on the car and drove out. And it was like
the best movie of your life.
Yeah,
best movie you ever did.
Yeah, and I took a loss on my WRX because of course my WRX is full bolt-on E85. Coils. The only thing I did is I took the wheels off, I put the stock wheels back on it, and a couple other things. But everything else was like
I got 12 G's cash in this. I'm not going to get a penny of it back.
No, yeah, mods are just for your self enjoyment, really. I mean, you don't never really get money back.
Nope.
Yeah, and I got a good price from the dealership because I was trading it in and I was getting a car from them, so that was all right. But of course, if I would have tried selling it private party, I would have made a little bit more, or I could have pulled all the mods off. I just didn't want to spend multiple days pulling the mods off. My time was worth more than the money.
Exactly.
So I was like, I'm not pulling all this stuff off. The wheels are easy. I just unbolt the wheels, throw the other wheels on, and then I think I took the taillights off. I had custom taillights on. I took those off.
Yeah.
And a few other like easy things. And then the rest, like I even included like the access port. I wasn't a dick and like pulled the access port and like took the tune off or anything like that because they would have freaking run like garbage. It had a flex fuel sensor on it. No cats, full bore exhaust on it. The whole deal. I was gonna pull the coils off, but I was like, even the coils, I wasn't gonna mess with. I was like, let's just keep it. It's funny because then they said, "Hey guys, wants to buy the car. He would like your info." Is that cool? I'm like, yeah, I get my info. So he added me on Facebook and we chatted. I told him all stuff about the car or whatever, and actually told me if you want to come down. I had a couple extra things I found for the car. You come pick it up. Yeah, and he drove the car for a year and then sold it. I think because he went overseas or something like that.
So we got a few people in the chat still. The satin hood, because here's my biggest thing with after having that orange SS1LE, the 1LE package, the flat black mirrors, the hood. I hate it. And after owning it and driving it for years, no, I'm over that shit. So
you gonna peel the hood?
I think I'm gonna peel the hood. That's kind of where I'm at. What do you guys think about peeling the hood and getting the mirror caps repainted?
What about the splitter and the ground effects? Those are all satin as well. You can just get those wrapped. Gloss wrap, maybe.
I got my Anderson Composites splitter, carbon fiber splitter here.
Oh, then you can just swap that. That'd be easy swap.
Yeah. Right.
Because you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about the grill or anything like that. That's already ready to go. So you just
Correct.
swap that.
Correct.
Unfortunately, they don't sell ground effects for ZL1s and carbon
No,
fiber. The
not
only
the side
option
skirts.
is the true fiber, and it clips over top of the OEM
No,
effects.
I don't do cover up.
I'm going to be doing the cover up, but that's crap. I'm like, oh, I went that route because I wanted the carbon fiber to be all the way around 360.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
real carbon fiber. It just 3Ms over top because the way they have that design is a solid piece.
Yeah.
Aerodynamics, and it's actually you have to cut it out. I think it's like molded into the rocker panels or something like that.
Well,
So you can't just swap it out like on the SS or the normal car. It's just an easy piece you can pull off. The
right.
ZL1, it's part of the body of the car pretty much. You can't just replace it. So the only option is I think True Fiber sells a
trying to think.
piece that actually goes around that. So that's what I went with. Just because I'm also replacing the diffuser with an Anderson diffuser and the splitter with an Anderson splitter. I would do Anderson on the ground effects if they had it, but True Fiber is the only one that sells it, and it just 3Ms right over top of it.
Maybe,
so we'll see. I'll have a video on that once I finish the front end, and I finish the rear end. I'm going to be doing that piece last.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So the only reason I did it because I didn't want carbon fiber diffuser, carbon fiber splitter, and then a gloss side. It would just look weird. You want that whole 360 degree carbon.
It ties everything together.
Yeah. Now, if you're just doing a carbon fiber splitter and then you're leaving the satin or whatever, or you're wrapping both of them, then that would look fine, I think. But since I'm doing the back and the front, it would look like I had a weird, a buck tooth gap on the side here and that.
I do not like that wing.
I mean, it's an awesome performance. My wife gave me so much crap about my WRX. I had an STI wing on my WRX. Now,
yeah.
But that's the only wing I thought looked good. I was going to do with the duck tail or duck bill hood or a trunk on my WRX, but I went with the STI one. I did a trunk swap with somebody. I paid him like $100. We just swapped trunks, their entire trunk. I gave him my black trunk. He gave me his black trunk. His had the STI wing, which I thought was
right.
Because in the old days, the WRXs had a wing. I mean, you get WRX with a wing.
Yeah.
But the newer WRXs didn't have you had like a little, almost like the SS wing, not really a wing. And
man, I'm happy. I'm happy you guys chose Camaro. But yes, no, I can understand what she was talking about with your wing because it's almost like the the guys that buy Scat Packs and then try to badge up to a Hellcat. It's like
what's funny is when I drove it back from I think it was Nashville and I was living in Memphis area. I drove it back from there after we did the trunk swap, and I had a piece of painter tape, and I put an X over the STI logo. It looks I hadn't debadged it yet. My trunk was debadged, and I just put an X over it. I was like, I'm not an STI, but I had more power. I had significantly more power than STI. I was running almost 400 wheel horsepower on the car on all wheel. Because I had E85, I had every bolt-on possible. I had the aftermarket, everything pretty much. I was at the limit of. That's another reason I went with the ZL1. I was at the limit of my WRX block.
Yep.
It limits out about 400. The FA20.
Those EJ blocks, are they still using EJ blocks or no?
EJ was the STI. WRXs went with the FA20.
Oh, okay.
So the FA20 was the new direct injection that the WRXs 2016 and up went with the FAs. The STIs still had the EJ24.
Yeah.
Now 2022, there's no STI. It's gone. And now they run the FA24 block, which is a little bit bigger than the 20 block. Was it 2.0? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted the newer technology block. That's another reason I went with the WRX. But
wouldn't you like to know? It says I've debated the peeling the hood, possibly replacing it with a strip the width of the hood vent. That's not a bad idea, right? I suppose you can't cut the one you have because the razor blade would drag into the clear coat underneath. It'd be a lot easier. Yeah.
A lot of people peeled it. Some people actually peeled it and have their own vinyl wrap person do like a high-end wrap on the hood.
Right.
And just rewrap it with that. And it seems like it holds up a little bit better. If you don't, or they can just, like I said, peel it and do a design like he was saying, maybe just do a strip. That would look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like the older style hoods on the SSs. They almost look like the little snake thing, whatever.
Yeah, the two little nostrils is what they call them.
Yeah, nostril. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought those looked kind of cool.
But I'm telling you, you have to go through a touchless car wash. You have to. You cannot wipe on it. Rock chips show up real bad.
You can always paint protective film your hood over top of the wrap and ceramic coat it, and then it should be relatively durable.
God damn.
Because you have to go. My whole hood's paint protective film. I did my heat exchanger paint protected, my hood.
Can you do it matte and matte finish?
Yeah, they have matte paint protective film. You put it right over top, and it'll protect it from wearing out and getting beat up. And of course, I'm not sure how taking paint protective film off of the. If you have to peel it back off, I'm not sure how durable it will be pulling PPF off. It probably would have to pull both of them, I'm guessing, but
start all over.
Yeah.
Skydog Pigpen. If I was going to do a 1LE, I do not like the satin hood. Seriously. And the satin mirrors. And they're not even satin. It's like semi-gloss. Because the mirrors are totally different gloss level than the wrap. And it's the whole thing just looks hokey. It looks very weak, feeble attempt. I never came out and said that in a video because I didn't want to be putting them down, because seriously, you get a lot of performance upgrades for the $7,500 is what I think it costs now. But
I mean, especially since the wing is like $5,000 by itself. I mean, the GSSDs are
now you're getting shocks. Yeah, and you're getting the 19-inch forged wheels. And
I love those wheels. I would take those wheels and put them on my car.
They're growing on me. On me. I just,
but you get a little bit more gap, of course. You know, a little bit more gap, but the width on the rear you can get on there, the 325s.
Yeah,
is worth it.
305s up front, and I've heard that 305s you kind of have a little bit of tram lining, following like the crown of the road.
Yeah.
But that's why they went with the 285 on the ZL1. But I don't know. I don't know. I suppose we're gonna find out, because it looks like I'm ordering a ZL1 1LE. So wouldn't you like to know? Says mine already has scuffs and a wrinkle. Yeah. If you touch it, if you wipe on it, if you use cleaner or whatever,
you have to have a special cleaner separate to the rest of your car to wash it, you know, and then
correct,
coat it and stuff. And if you don't paint protective film over it, you know, at least ceramic coat it, like right off the bat, like drive it off the lot and ceramic the whole car. That's pretty much what I did. I had like 300 miles on my car. I had it paint protective wrapped, ceramic coated. I mean, they even pulled my wheels off and ceramic coated the wheels and calipers, the whole deal. Which helps with brake dust, because you know how the brake dust is. So
it's atrocious.
Especially like an airbrush.
On the 1LE.
Yeah, I actually had like an airbrush tool and just airbrush with ceramic coating for the wheels and calipers. I didn't paint protect the whole car. I just did like impact areas, behind the tires, the whole front end, the hood, the mirror, the back of the mirrors, mirror caps, whatever.
I heard you want to do like in the door sills where your feet drag across. I heard that.
That's I didn't do my door sills. That would be good. Even when my kids get in, I'm like, I hold my daughter will get in. I'm like, I hold her hand to get her. Like, go ahead and lift your foot in, bring it over.
And we know where your eyes.
Whoa! You almost scuffed my freaking thing there. I'm like, hand him a microfiber. We better wipe that scuff off right now.
Here, I can throw you in there.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, the 1LE, I think I might look into it. I don't know. The paint, the soft paint myth, I'm telling you what, if you get 6 months on the paint job, it hardens up. It goes through the purging process. Jason Duke says I matte PPF'd my 1LE hood.
Yeah, see?
Was it close? Was the gloss level close?
The ones I've seen, it looked, I mean, you can't really tell. If it looks good.
You can't tell?
Yeah, it looks good. If you got a good PPF guy, you know, who can do it properly, uses the right, material, the matte material, you're not gonna be able to really tell. It'll look pretty much like it does OEM. Now, I said I don't know about removing it. So if you do gouge up your PPF and it can't self heal enough, and you remove it, I don't know if that can come off without taking the hood wrap with it. I'm not sure how that goes.
You're in at your own risk there.
It's gonna. My guess is you have to replace both of them at that point, and then just get like a vinyl PPF wrap of some sort. Now they're out messing with my car.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at mine today. My car's got 5,000 like 5,100 miles, and I've got a few dings here and there, but I'm okay with. Man, I'll run it raw. I don't care about the paint chips and the rock chips and all that crap. So, I mean, it's really nothing for me to pop the bumper off and take it in and get it resprayed or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I know where I can get, like, anti-scratch, like, ultra hard clear coats or, you know. Let's see, wouldn't you like to know? I guess that is a good thing about it being used. I'm not as anal about it. Yeah, I'm not anal about stuff like that either.
I'm pretty anal about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty, that's why I said paper protective. I'm like...
Everybody's different. And seriously, my SS1LE, I had like 45,000 miles on it or whatever, but when I traded it off, and the front end, like, you can go back and check on my videos, but dude, the paint, I think I did like a review of like 30,000 miles and 2 years of ownership.
Oh, so not even 6,000 miles in my car in 2 years. So let's see how much I drive.
How much?
Like 5,700, 5,800 miles on my car.
Oh yeah,
so far.
We're about the same then.
And that's I had it for 2 years and a month.
Man, you need to take that thing out, son.
Like I said, I work remote, so I don't drive to and from work. I mean, I guess you do drive to an office or something like that, or do you work remote? So you have to go to an office.
I work outside, so we have like a hub where we go and everybody congregates, and then we go out and work on different sites. But I just have like a Pontiac Grand Prix that I bought because seriously, when I got this thing, it was premium fuel, and then we all know premium fuel is like $4, $5 a gallon because of the Ukraine thing, and it was like putting you in the poorhouse just to drive the freaking thing. The motor was all tight, so it gets, you know, crap for gas mileage the first 2,500 miles. And that's another thing. What do you get for a mileage? Have you even
my lifetime
on your 10-speed? On your 10-speed.
Well, for me, it's bad because most of my driving is kind of like short trips and stuff like that.
Hey, that's a across the board perfect comparison then.
I'm gonna bring up my app here. It'll tell me I think my lifetime mileage. If it signs me in, it was pretending to sign me in here.
I just looked at mine. It was 12.
Sign in. Let's see. Yeah, I think 12 sounds familiar. To be honest,
does it?
So I don't know why my Chevy is acting like.
I mean, the 6-speed, you get the 373 gear in the rear, and the 10-speed, you get the 285. So you get a much taller rear gear in the 10-speed, but you do have 4 additional gears. So
my Chevy app is being a quality Chevy app. It's not starting. I don't know if I haven't updated or something like that. But I think I want to say 12 to 13. That's pretty much 90%. Stop and go short trips, like when I go drive to the gym or if I drive.
That's pretty good, dude. Because around here, I got a lot of highway miles on mine.
Yeah, when I'm on the highway, I've seen like nearly 20, 20, 18, 20, 21. Yeah. If I'm just cruising on the highway, a long trip, it gets good gas mileage on the long trips. Stop and go, it chews through.
Maybe this 10-speed will pay for itself then, because I do get kind of ass blasted with an additional here. Let me hop in there. As far as like the summary and stuff,
get that gas guzzler tax, right?
Oh, I don't have to pay it. I get to pay it, buddy. Yes, sir. Man, it is.
Yes, and it even have its own option code for the gas guzzler tax. I remember somebody was posting on the Facebook group. They're like, "What is this code?"
$2,100.
Yeah, I think it used to be $1,700.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back and change to a manual transmission.
Yeah, I think it's different, maybe, but. I want to say 1,700 was something that I thought it used to be. Maybe that was the non-ZL1.
I'm gonna destroy it. I'm gonna ruin everything here. Continue with ZL1. Let's see if it keeps everything. Nope, it didn't. So
nope, it's gonna wipe it. You could have continued and saved that other one as a link.
Let's try it.
But I mean, there's 3 choices to choose from. I mean, can you mess it up? 3 choices. Oh, I lost my red seatbelt.
This is ZL1 right here, brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's the second choice. Oh, okay, black lug nuts. We get 4.
Yeah.
So we're back at 77. So let's go to summary. Oh no, rapid blue. They ain't gonna change anything. But yeah, gas guzzler's 1,300. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,300. Yeah. So you're talking like $900 difference. That's insanity right there. But, here's the thing is, if I can afford it and I can do it, I gotta at least experience it one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like I would never go with a Subaru automatic transmission. I wouldn't go with some of these other people. The automatics are just bad. This one is a very well done, well programmed automatic. I mean, like I said,
And I even hear that this works better. The 10-speed in the Chevrolets work better than the 10-speed in the Fords.
Yes, my wife actually has a Mustang 2019 with the 10-speed.
Okay, so you're.
Of course, it's not like whatever. It's not like a high end. It's an EcoBoost.
I don't think it matters though. I think it's all the same.
And it's nice, but you can definitely tell the Camaro one is just put together. I think the programming they say is a little bit better in the Camaro than the Chevy.
Yeah.
And
but
one thing I do like about the Mustang is it actually shows on the dash what gear you're in. Camaro, it doesn't tell you what gear you're in.
What? Wait,
it does not tell you. It just says you're in drive. There's no like you're in 7th gear, 8th gear.
So do you have to be like? So you have to be in like manual mode in order to actually see.
If you have to be in manual. If you're just in drive, it doesn't tell you what gear you're in. Now, what's funny is I have the Banks gauges on my A-pillar, and one of the things in my Banks gauge, it can display me what gear I'm in, regardless of what mode I'm in. So I have that as one of the settings. It just tells me what gear I'm in. It's kind of useless information, but sometimes you just wonder, like, what gear am I in? Why not?
Sometimes
And I noticed
it's good to know.
Yeah, we both have the 10-speed, but hers tells her as part of the thing what gear in, even when she's in drive, just a normal drive.
Can I ask a question? If you tap so you're saying you tap the gas and it'll take you down to the tallest or the highest gear that it believes at the current situation, reading all the data, it will put you in the sweet spot of the power zone.
Yep.
Does it tell you the gear then? Like once it goes into that?
If you're in drive mode, no. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something I noticed that most people probably wouldn't even notice. But because my wife has a 10-speed as well in her Mustang,
sure,
it's plainly, but it's like displayed, like, obvious right in the center what gear you're in. Camaro doesn't do it.
Wouldn't you like to know says they forgot to tune in the skip shift for the A10. What do you mean, brother? Does it
talking about the manual skip shift?
So what I'm assuming what he's talking about is like if you're in drive, you see some dickweed in the other lane wanting to mess, then you freaking hammer down and then take off. It's not gonna skip.
You can down skip. I don't.
Can you?
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you hit if you hold the thing down, or if you performance mode, it drops it in whatever the lowest gear is. It'll drop from like 7th gear to 3rd if that's what that's the optimal. I don't know about going up. I think if you're just driving normal, I think it just shifts whatever. It does it like a smooth shift. I haven't really paid attention if it shifts. If you're wide open, it goes each gear, like boom, boom, boom. It climbs up one gear at a time.
Yeah, because you can hear it in the videos.
But when I think skip shift, I'm thinking the manuals when you have to go from like what 1st to 3rd or 1st to 4th or something like that. If you're going too slow or whatever. That's
what they say. It's like between 25 and 75% throttle. If you're within that zone,
it makes you shift
first gear. Yeah, it skips second and it goes into 4th. And they did that, and that's why the gas guzzler tax is cheaper on the manuals because they did that to try to bump up the average fuel economy for in-town driving. And because it has, enough torque, enough lug to freaking pull its way out of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like $800 cheaper for the gas guzzler tax. And you can literally buy a little $10 piece, plug it in line on the transmission, and it's fixed. So, yeah, and that's another thing is I did that to my ZL1, and I don't even think you get the message on the display anymore. Because on my SS... you got the message, but it went into second. But I don't think on my ZL1, since I plugged that in with the 3 little diodes, I don't think the message comes up. There's a lot of things that my SS1LE did that my ZL1 doesn't, and it has like different, you know what I'm saying? So it's weird. I'm finding like little Easter eggs all the time. Would you like to know? Said he was just joking about the gas guzzler tax. I'll have to go back and read the comments here, buddy. But
I think he was talking about the reason the auto has a higher gas guzzler because they forgot to add the skip shift on the auto.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah. They forgot to do quite a bit of things. I guess it's from what it sounds like. So
Which is like they forgot to disable 4 cylinders or whatever for the ZL1.
the DOD
Yeah, they forgot. They forgot to do it.
says, yeah, good catch. No, ZL1 does the ZL1 regular ZL1? Do we have that?
No,
it's not active.
Yeah, I think the parts are in there. It's not programmed to do it. So that's still a weak link in the motor. That's why when people take the motor out to do the cam, they'll actually replace that with the non-DOD. They'll do the DOD delete stuff. Even though the DOD stuff isn't programmed to do anything. So it's just them saving money not having 2 parts. Yeah. So they can just they mass produce that one item. For all 20,000 Camaros or whatever total they're out there, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I had another somebody else comment in asking if they could put fog lights or something on a lower trim package. And usually when you get like a mass produced car like that, they make like one wiring harness and that's it. Like it'll be wired up for it, and they'll just take the hard shell connectors and tuck them away or something. And a lot of things you'll be able to just buy the switch and buy the lights and boom, plug it in and it'll work.
Yeah, well, I want to say that even the ZL1 1LE harness behind the bumper has the fog light connector.
I believe it. Sure. Yeah, I believe it.
I want to say I thought I saw somebody where that was there. So,
but you know what, Derp? They say that like even with the non-folding back seat. They say all they did was pull that leather strap out. So all the mechanics, the mechanisms, everything's in there. You just need to add that pull tab, and you got rear folding seats.
They saved a quarter of a pound with that deleted pull strap.
It's going to change everything, wasn't it?
Yeah. That quarter of a pound, man. I saved it.
Yeah.
Because I actually I had to pull my back seats out, and a few months back when I did the carbon fiber side panels on my console, I had to pull the whole console out. And part of that was you have to pull out the back seats to get access to some of this stuff, and then I had to pull the whole console out, which is a freaking pain.
Does it look nice?
Yeah, well, I mean, but the side panels you can barely see them because the seats cover most of it.
It's 50% seat.
Now, if I could find a whole center console was all carbon, I would have swapped that in there. But that wasn't that really makes that.
Yeah.
But it's funny is I put the whole thing back together, pull the seats out, put it back together, put the console. And the console was a pain because I didn't see. There's no videos of anybody completely disassembling the console because I had to completely take the console down to like 10 different components, and I didn't see any videos of any threads about this. So I was pretty much learning as I was going, taking this whole thing apart.
There is now.
And I put it all the way. I put it all the way back together. I put it in the car, and then I looked down and I had one screw left over. And I'm like, oh god. One screw for the console left over, and I fully installed everything back. So I had to partially pull the console apart and get that.
Oh, good man! You took it all apart and went back in and fixed it.
Yeah, well, thankfully I didn't have to completely pull it back out. It was a screw that was over kind of by where the useless charging pad is. There's a couple screws back underneath that, and it was that one screw was missing. So I was able to pull the seats out and lift it without taking everything apart, and I was able to reach in and get underneath and get that one screw back in place. Yeah, I couldn't let it just be. Now, if this was my Explorer, I probably would have just said, "Hey, weight savings," and just left the piece out.
Yeah, most people just go ying and freaking throw it in the trash.
I saved $1,000. I'm good.
Right. Skyline Pigpen. I added the carbon fiber dashboard, not in my order. So, did you do it after the fact? Because I kind of wish I did. I found an actual GM piece about $150 cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it at the factory. They didn't do it at the dealer. So if I would have done it at home, I would have got the Alcantara insert myself as well. So I hope that's the route you went. But the carbon fiber dashboard, I even had a cop. I watched him shine his flashlight on it when he pulled me over because I was talking to one over here, and I noticed. I was like, yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It's funny as I have. My whole interior is carbon fiber pretty much at this point, other than that piece, which I actually prefer the Alcantara because it breaks up all my other carbon fiber.
Oh, okay, yeah,
If I didn't have all my other carbon fiber pieces in place, I probably would have that piece in there.
Yeah. I like it. But what around it do you have?
Well, there's like trim pieces underneath that area.
Okay.
Then my around like the start budding is all like hard carbon fiber. The whole infotainment center
Okay.
has hard carbon fiber around the whole unit, like around the spectrum lighting and stuff. My doors have the carbon fiber over that. I pretty much deleted all this silver crap that was in the car. I don't like any of that
Yeah.
silver, which looks out of place on the car because it's not really anywhere else other than a few spots in the interior. So I deleted all that. My
Correct.
steering
Yes.
wheel,
Right.
infotainment center,
Right.
the whole center console. I have mostly all carbon fiber. Like I said, even the side panels.
Yes.
The trim around the shifter is all carbon fiber. A lot of this stuff is 3M'd in place, but it's most of it's hard carbon fiber.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not very many people actually make like full replacement pieces. So unless you go and get one-off custom built pieces for like 10 grand for the whole thing,
well,
and
it's
one-offs are super expensive unless you're baking your own. And I'm just like,
let me ask you this: is a little bit go a long way with you, or do you just like more the better?
Well, I like a lot, but not like everything, So I probably have more than I should, to be honest. But it's one of those things. Once you start adding, they're like, well, this will accent with this piece next to it, so I'm gonna add that one, and then this one will look good if I add the one next to that. Like even my
I gotta do that.
Dome lighting, my dome lighting piece, I completely replaced that whole part. Where your map lights and stuff are. That whole piece is a solid.
Oh my god!
Fiber.
Are you serious? I didn't even know somebody made that.
Well, there's some people that make overlays, or you can get the full piece. Which is what I did. I replaced the entire piece. So I pulled the whole piece out, and it's carbon fiber custom formed. I put that piece in place, and then even around my vents in the center, the vents, that whole face plate where the vents sit, was all carbon fiber as well.
Oh, okay, dude, you're gonna have to send me pictures.
Yeah,
send me pictures. I'll put them up. We'll freaking.
I went. Like I said, probably more than I should have, but like I said, I was already waist deep. I just went over my head.
That's the reason they make it, dude. I mean, everybody has their own taste. Everybody has their own taste.
And that's why I'm matching the exterior with the interior. So, but I've had a lot, like I go to the car thing, and people are like, dang, that freaking, they look in there because I have even some red carbon fiber to accent some of the black carbon fiber. But I went all real carbon fiber, no hydro dip.
Right.
My big thing is no hydro dip, no like vinyl. It's all actual carbon fiber. So you have that 3D depth of the real carbon fiber. If you get the vinyl, with hydro dip, you don't have that 3D depth of carbon fiber.
Right.
So it's all real pieces.
It's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah, it's, like I said, I didn't want a dip piece next to a real carbon fiber piece.
Yeah.
Because you would notice immediately. Now, if you have a couple dip pieces, no actual carbon fiber, you probably could get away with it unless you're like actually beaming it with a flashlight or something like that. You probably some of it can look pretty good. But if you cannot mix the two pieces, in my opinion, next to each other in the same area. Because you'll just see a huge contrast. The color and depth will be way different.
See, this is why I love the people that watch my videos. Is they overcome the sticker because they could have easily chosen the $100,000 route to go, or even let's go C8, but let's add this, and this, or that just in my opinion. But they chose to go Camaro because they know it's just functional, it's better, and it's more hardcore. So yes, when I do videos on asking your guys' opinion, it's because I trust you. I trust your input because of decisions like this. Because in my heart, before I pushed, go live, I was like, man, I hope they choose the ZL1. I'm cool with spending the money. I'll buy a Gallardo. It doesn't matter to me, but I'm telling you. This thing's a supercar killer, and they call it a supercar killer for a reason because it is just flat out nasty. If you put just a little bit, 10,000, 11, 12,000, I have to add it up, but under $12,000 in performance parts, and dude, I'm at like almost 1,000 horsepower, and it's just it's nasty. It's nasty, and so yeah, we're gonna be ordering a ZL1 1LE on Monday. So,
was your plan to move your parts off of your ZL1 to the 1LE?
I don't know. And here's the thing. He says it's a poor man's supercar. I don't think that's accurate. I think it's a poor man's price of admission to supercar performance, because I don't think people really look at it as a supercar. And I did a poll on this. It was like 30-some% versus 60-some%. 30% said yes, 60% said no. I think it is, but the rest of the world and how they view it, I don't think that they do. But he says just because they used to call Camaros poor man's Corvette. It's true. It's true. Even Doug DeMuro did a video just a little bit ago of the Z06, and he called it a supercar. Finally.
Well, even DeMuro, or whatever his name is, Doug or whatever, he bought
right.
a ZL1 1LE as his personal car.
He did?
Yeah, he has video from a while back. No, maybe it wasn't DeMuro. Maybe I'm thinking of Ratty's Rides or whatever. Maybe
Rady's Joe from Rady's Rides.
Yeah, he's the one. Never mind. He's the one that bought a ZL1. I mean, he's 1LE ZL1 1LE is his personal car. So, and he's
was it the Wild Cherry?
I want to say yes. I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's driven just as many cars as Doug DeMuro, as practically about the same amount of supercars and everything. And that's the car he went with for his personal ride. He could have definitely easily afford pretty much a large number of
whatever you want.
I mean, millions of subscribers. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And he went with that car because the performance of it.
His month to month is he can definitely, he's got it in the budget to buy whatever he wants. But yes, the ZL1 1LE, it's nasty. It's nasty. It's a whole lot of performance. It's shocking amount of car, especially the SS1LE for the amount, $50,000, dude. $50,000 is a lot of money, but Jesus Christ. I mean, once you drive one, own one, and really beat on it and really see what the potential is of it, then you'll know. You'll be like, oh God. So
a lot of people don't understand the 6th gen is how good it's not just as a muscle car, but it's a sports car at this point. Where compared to the old days, it was muscle car. People bought them because they were a straight line car, drag racing and stuff like that. But now these cars outhandle many cars that are specifically for track stuff. Yeah. And it's funny. I see I still follow a lot of my Subaru groups and stuff like that. And the big rave is that new Corolla GR, whatever. It's that
86
all-wheel drive. No, it's the new. Just came out. It was it has a three-cylinder motor, turbo, all-wheel drive. Same motor as in the Yaris, GR Yaris or whatever overseas, but they brought it over. It's a big rave on all the people with all-wheel drive. So the Ford Focus RS people, Subaru STI people. All-wheel drive hatchback rockets, whatever. So Toyota just dropped the new Corolla GR. It's wide stance, has all-wheel drive, and they're talking about the track speed. Like, it scored like a 114 track. It's not. It's supposed to be a handling car, not like a Mustang and a Camaro. I'm not like that same track, the Throttle House track, the Camaro SS, not the Z1, the SS1LE ran a 111. Just saying, not a handling car ran a 111. The car you guys are raving about ran a 114 on the same track. So obviously the Camaro smokes it on the track where it's supposed to be its weakness. Yeah. So a lot of people are just discount the 6th gen Camaros for handling when they blow out cars that are supposed to be built for that.
Yeah. And then GM doesn't even talk about it.
Oh yeah, and it's funny the price. Like I said, people are paying like 40 something grand for this Corolla GR when you can get an SS1LE. 40 something. What for the normal
40, SS? 47 for a one SS.
So I mean, the other car, of course, the Corolla I think is a 4-door. So if you have to have a 4-doors, but it's not like a big back seat area. But of course, it's more than a Camaro. Yeah. But they're just if you just want to go in a straight line, Camaro, but not like a Camaro Mustang. I'm like, dude, this car beats that car by 3 or 4 seconds on a small track. That's a huge margin. That's a massive margin.
They're wicked, dude.
I don't know if you follow Throttle House at all, but they always put out really good videos. They have that small track they do a lot of stuff on. So that track, if you have a car that has 1,000 horsepower and handles pretty good, and you have a car that handles really good and has 600 horsepower, it probably keeps up with it pretty good because you can't use that. Their track is too small.
Yeah.
So
the entry and exit speeds are
it's good for showing handling and stuff. So having a Camaro beat it by 4 seconds or whatever, 3-4 seconds on a small track, not even taking advantage of the horsepower, shows how much quicker it is around the curves and stuff.
That's why I was like so upset because the Alpha chassis, like Cadillac got the Alpha 2, but we didn't. Like, oh my God. I was so curious to see. Do you believe, Derp, With this new V8 coming out, do you think we're gonna get another Camaro?
No, not a gas Camaro.
I do. I'm holding.
I think
I have nothing to back that up on, but I'm holding steady. Yes.
I think the V8 that they're pumping out, that $800 million plant is going to be all trucks and SUVs, maybe work trucks.
They said something about it's going to go in Corvette. That was what gave me hope.
Maybe Corvettes, but
that's what they said.
But that's a completely different motor than, and I doubt they're going to. Well, you heard about the Camaro team. I mean, there's no Camaro team. There's no engineering team for Camaro anymore. They went to EV.
So what's this EV that's coming out? I mean, there's got to be a Camaro
EVs
team for
in
EV.
general. Yeah, well, that's just their EVs in general, like Bolt, their Hummer, or not. Yeah, whatever. I don't know what EV team did, but they took them out of the Camaro engineering team. There's no Camaro engineering team anymore. They got put into various EV related projects. That's not.
Oh, I'm gonna puke. Oh.
Right now, at least unless they have a secret hidden team for Camaros to building the 7th gen, those guys are all gone. I forgot the big guy, but he was real big on the Camaro 6 forums, one of the engineer guys, and he's off in the EV world.
or something.
Yeah, something like that. So all those guys got pulled off Camaro platform. Like I'm gonna say it was like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, this isn't just happened. They just bailed the last minute. They haven't even attempted to build a 7th gen.
They said EVs they're pretty much all the same. It's like a skateboard. It's just you got your battery tray and then you got your motors.
I mean, how many different designs you can do, especially if they're trying to keep costs down in production. You have to pretty much make them the same way. You can't pack batteries anywhere other than down on the frame. You can't put the batteries up the roof or any crazy thing because then your center of gravity would be crazy.
Well, sir, I'll tell you what. It's all for nothing because they're not going to get a penny of my money. I mean, they are not going to get a freaking dime, I promise you. I am not paying 1 cent for any EV Camaro. So I really hope. What's that? Go ahead.
I was going to say, if they do come out with a Camaro, an EV Camaro, in a few years, let's say a gap, it's going to be not a Camaro that we know. It's not going to be a coupe. They're going to do some kind of crossover crap, dude. I'm calling it now. It's going to be like the Mitsubishi Eclipse.
You might be right.
Camaros.
Eclipse.
Yeah, they have so many good names they can draw from if they want to do something like a 4-door or whatever. They have the Chevelle.
Why don't they call it something else, man?
Like I said, Chevelle. 4-door EV car, sedan or whatever. Call it the Chevelle. Even has EV in the freaking name already. You can just make a small, CH-EV Chevelle. Boom. Or bring back like the Impala or something, right? Or
I'm okay with that. The Malibu or the
they have so many cars. Why take a Camaro and just rebadge it onto another not Camaro?
I'm not a very big hot rodding buff or whatever. That era of cars, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. But didn't they have like a pretty sporty Malibu? Like, didn't they have a V8 version of Malibu that was almost like the?
I think the Malibu. Wasn't it Malibu just kind of like I want to say it was kind of like the Impala, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was similar to that.
Give it that name. I mean,
like I said, Impala, the Chevelle.
You're gonna ruin this. You're gonna.
They have a million different names they can draw from that have like history on it that would match what they're trying to make versus trying to take a coupe 2-door sports car and make it into a freaking crossover SUV or something crazy. And just like the whole, I'm not big on like, let's make it a brand, like, Corvette brand. Oh, let's have Corvette boats or whatever, Corvette car, Corvette truck.
Didn't you say a barbecue grill or something?
Yeah, that was somebody said that. Yeah, but Corvette bass boat or something. Like, come on.
No.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Maybe you have a Vet. Just call it instead of Corvette, it's called the Vet brand. Vet. Just Vet, and then make a couple things off of Vet, but not Corvette. Don't put it together.
Do something different altogether, man. He says, "Bring back the Chevy."
I was probably thinking the SS, Chevy SS.
Yeah.
That thing sold like nothing because they didn't. The issue
again,
Chevy, they didn't advertise it at all.
Nothing.
And the naming scheme is horrible. Because people are like, Chevy SS, what is this, a Camaro SS? No, it's a Chevy SS. What, Impala SS? No, Chevy SS. What are you talking about? I have no idea.
Exactly.
I mean, Doc's about Challenger, Charger, Demon, Murder Boat 9000, the freaking Skynet Murder
Bacon
Ride.
Master,
Yeah, they have these cool names, like the Hellcat. I'm sure they don't have a Hellraiser, Elephant. Yeah, and then Chevy's like, LT1397. What do you buy? I'm like, give us a cool name. You sell more cars. People buy stuff based on names and numbers.
Yes.
Add more horsepower, give it a cool name, they'll sell.
Yes.
Take don't change horsepower for 10 years and keep weird name codes that nobody knows the heck. Like I said, most people don't even know. Nobody knows what ZL1 is.
Fearmonger for years that they're gonna. Oh, we're taking this away. It's you better get it now. This is gone in a couple years.
Yeah, even car people know what a Hellcat is. They know what a demon is. They know. Sure. But like, what's a ZL1? I have no fun. I don't know.
But they don't stop there. They don't stop there. They offer like cool paint names like Smoke Show or Go Mang. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Murder Hobo Red. I'm like, yes, I want Murder Hobo Red on my Hell.
Sold it. Yeah. Yes.
Track Hawk. Freaking. All these cool names, and then the GM's like, "Oh, we have a new model called the LT1." Like, isn't that the motor? No, that's a model and a motor.
And then,
okay. What about the 1LT? What about the 1LT? Yeah. That's the same. What if I'm dyslexic? Then I don't even. They look the same.
And they made a model called the LT1 with the LT1 engine.
Exactly, but then they have the 1LT. That's so similar.
Yes,
that's confusing. Average buyer's like, well, I don't know, no clue what I'm even getting. Like, if you go to a random used car lot and they say, "Oh, this is the L1LT with the L11 and the 1LT."
Oh, to be a fly on that wall when they're having these board meetings. You know what I'm saying? To decide what they're calling this, what they're naming this, and it's just.
I mean, like I said, I like the concept of the LT1 model with the V8, with pretty much the V6 body or whatever. But name it something like, "Oh, this is the freaking drag pack," or call it something other than a shuffled name of another model.
Right. Something. I mean,
people don't.
It's like, oh, we're wasting time. We're wasting time. We could be thinking about Corvette shit here. Let's, just name it something. What, Yeah. He says, Hell Kitty.
Yeah, I mean, they have all sorts of crazy. Everybody knows what those are. Even non-car people know what these cars are and recognize them. Yeah.
Once it becomes a trend on like the streets or like within car clubs, and then it spills over to social media, YouTube, Rumble. I mean, all of them. That's where you get the following and everything, and then it just. I mean, they start making money hand over fist on this stuff, and I guess Chevrolet didn't get the memo. I don't understand because. They hired this team of absolute geniuses to build this stupid good car, and then they just don't talk about it. Even Tracy Jenkins with the Yenko, he had to call. And I mean, the dude lives in North Carolina, and he had to buy the car out of Ohio because he couldn't find anybody that actually knew what the Yenko was all about, or, it's like nobody even wants to mess with this car anymore, but... Yeah, I guess it's going away.
Like I said, they got rid of the engineers. They got rid of their entire team.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying there's not going to be a 2025 and up Camaro as we know it.
Do you think they're going to be on hiatus?
Oh yeah, they're going to be. I have a feeling they'll come back either as a crossover, or they might eventually come out with an EV coupe, which would be cool, but. It's all about money. They don't sell enough to why come out with an EV coupe, come out with a whole other platform of an EV thing when they can just come out with a full, the typical EV sedan, which is what everybody has. Everybody wants the sedan.
Yes.
And they're going to come out with something like it's probably going to be a 4-door sedan crossover type thing. It's going to look like a Kia Stinger, and they're going to call it a Camaro. It's going to be the Stinger Camaro.
Oh, it's horrible. But
the Stinger's a nice car, but. It's not a Camaro. Come on.
It's being discontinued, and I mean, there's got to be a reason behind that. But it's just like you said. It's just like you said in the last stream, and I am 100% on board with you. Put it out there, and if it's naturally, truly, honestly better, people will gravitate to that product, and it will become the new main thing.
Yeah.
If you let the market play out naturally. It will prevail. But if it's
nobody's going to buy a gas car.
Going to tank.
It's worse than if a gas car is worse than every single way, and let's say 10 years from now, and EVs are getting 600-mile ranges, they charge in fucking 30 minutes.
Yeah. 30 grand
MSRP. and they're cheap, people are going to buy them. I don't care how nice the damn if it's better in every single way than a gas car, the gas cars are just going to naturally go extinct.
It's going to phase
naturally.
out. Yeah.
But if you force it, it's just and force people into this more expensive route where, I mean, some of them have amazing performance in some aspects, but some of them, I mean, you have to pay $100-something thousand to get that. Most people are not, an average person is not going to be buying that. You know, if you just want, now if you only drive, you live in a city and you're only driving a little bit, then sure, maybe you get a smart car.
Yeah.
You know, an EV smart car. But if you just let the market play out, as long as you don't, force anything, it'll happen naturally. EVs are going to happen naturally, anyways. It might just not be quite on the timeline that they're pushing.
And that's exactly what S was bringing up, S Motorsports over, and we were talking. It's okay to run manufacture the two side by side. I'll drive a Bolt to and from work, whatever, and then play with my ZL1 on the weekends. Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly fine with that, and you can't tell me that the cost of manufacturing is going to be extreme one way or the other as far as, the cost to make these things side by side. But when you sit here and you're just like, okay, 2035, this is it. It's no. I mean, you can see it. You can see the writing on the wall. It's a worse deal for everybody. I mean, the charging. It's even Eric said it's going to take a 3 to 4 hour trip and turn it to an all day freaking adventure, because it's like with the charging and it's going to take 45 minutes or whatever to charge. But
especially if you live out like Alaska, Wyoming, parts of Texas. I mean, where are you going? You have to charge at home. And if you go, let's say, to somebody in that general area from your home, and you spend staying there, where are you going to charge?
People aren't seriously taking this into consideration, because you're going to have to calculate payload, circumference of tires. Now you're going to have coefficient drag to get, miles. Talking elevation, how much your trip's going to be uphill. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really calculate this stuff out to make it worthwhile to, if you're going to venture out of your state or take a vacation, road trip or whatever. This is going to be a huge pain in the ass.
Well, I mean, road trips on EVs is literally your routes based on your charging stations. So it'll route you generally where you want to go, but you have to take their specific pattern to hit all the specific charging stations.
That's a good point, too. If you happen to hit
a charging station that's
a good point.
When you get there, all the charging pads are full. Now what?
That's a good point.
Drive around for half an hour, find another. I watched Richard, the EV guy, Tesla guy, Richard something or other, Rick, or the black guy that does like tons of EV stuff.
He started his channel by like fixing wrecked Teslas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
and,
I know. I don't know the name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Richard. I think it's Richard or something like that. But he drove and he was talking about. I want to say he had a Rivian. He picked up a Rivian and he was trying to drive his Rivian from point A to point B, and it was like his whole video was him just trying to find the different charging stations. He was like charging behind somebody's Motel 6, plugging in like, sir, you got to leave now. He's like, I'm just trying to charge my car. Like, no, this is for customers only. Like, I'll buy a room. Just let me charge.
Oh, my God.
And so it took like 2 days to get from, a 6-hour trip. It took him like 2 days with his Rivian.
But I don't think people have really thought this out, like really thought this through. I mean, I think it's kind of ironic that they're taking diesel semis to drag them every place in the USA. But, once they're on the ground, like I said, if you're going to drive to and from work, buzz around town, A to B car, it's an efficient way to get around, yeah. But I mean, so is a scooter, or you know what I'm saying. I mean, there's like
my wife had a smart car. Have you heard of the smart car? Little 2-seater car.
What do those things get for mileage? Yeah,
it gets like 30 to 40 miles a gallon or something like that.
Oh, really? That's all?
Well, I mean,
I think they were like a little 2-cylinder, wasn't it?
0.9 liter. I want to say 3-cylinder. I think it's 3-cylinder, but it's 0.9 liter turbo.
Okay.
Now the newer ones are all electric. They went all electric. The one she had was one of the last gas ones.
Okay.
And I mean, it got 30 or 40 miles a gallon. It was pretty comfortable. The front seats were comfortable. It was. Yeah. I mean, it was a decent car. You didn't get like 100 miles a gallon because it's still car. It wasn't like a motorcycle or whatever. And I think the EV ones, of course, get more range than the gas ones.
Yeah,
but like I said,
right.
it took at a tiny little tank. It filled up super quick. Cost a couple bucks to fill it up.
Yeah.
Great for going to and from work. You know, even we took it on some longer trips. It drove fine.
But I had no
issues with it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, it would be perfect, like having something like that, an EV of that size, drive to and from work, drive around town, drive around city, plug it in when you're home, and drive your car for long trips or, you know, sporting trips, which makes sense. But of course, then if you're doing this kind of stuff, then everybody's gonna have to own double the cars. You have an EV car for your day, you know, your daily driving to and from work car. Then you have another car for long distance trip car. Oh, I want to go on a road trip car, and then you have to, you know, or you can have a rental car for any time you want to do a road trip.
And then then you're not saving the environment because it costs a lot of pollution credits and all this to manufacture each individual car. And if you got to have 5 cars per driveway, I mean, kind of counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking of the credits, that's a lot of Tesla's income is certainly when it's going away. Is they do a lot of that.
They sell them?
Share. Yeah, they sell a lot of their credits. That's how they get tons of their income. So, of course, now more people are coming out of the EVs. They lose.
Who's going to buy them?
Yeah, they're losing that avenue of revenue.
Right, yeah.
So that's how they've been having, you know, these crazy profits and stuff, or crazy, you know, revenues from selling those credits, which now every manufacturer has an EV of some sort.
All this information right here that we're talking about is what leads me to just think that getting rid of this Camaro does not make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. Financial sense, it's not a good business move. It's just...
Are you talking about for GM or for yourself?
For GM.
Oh, for GM.
Yeah.
Well, right now, since they, you know, as long as they're not updating the platform, they're not really spending any more money on R&D. That's already been paid off. Right now, it's just the cost of running factories and stuff and materials.
The third gen went for 10 years.
Yeah. What?
So why can't this run out till 2026?
My guess is they want space in the factories for EVs versus building another factory. You know, more factories. They take the space that's building the Camaros and retrofit it to build new EVs that they're probably planning on. You know, crossover EV, whatever they're going to replace in that factory and those workforce. You know, they're going to repurpose them for a car that they will expect to sell more of. You know, less niche. Technically, even if you try to say, you know, EV's not niche. Like I said, what I would like to see is, if I was hoping to see more development of their E-Crate, which sits like a traditional motor in the hood, and then they come out with a 7th gen Camaro, and you could pick, a drop down. I want the V8, I want the freaking 4-cylinder turbo, I want the E-Crate, and I want to run a freaking battery version of the Camaro. You can keep the frame, you can keep the car. Everything's mostly the same.
Yeah.
Other than you shift. I want an electric version. You pick the E-Crate, and then they put the batteries, you know, with the gas tank and stuff. And they have to. I'm not sure how they talking about how they ran the battery cells, but most of the actual car itself looked the same. The prototypes I saw, they put it like in a 70s Camaro or something like that. They had an E-Crate motor just sitting in there, and they put the battery packs. I want to say in the trunk, and then in the gas. Then you took the gas tank out and put batteries, you know, cells there, and probably somewhere with the frame. That would give you some options. Like I can pick a gas V8, I can pick an EV. The car itself physically mostly looks the same, and they can be flexible. So you know, you have multiple options. That would be something cool, because then they can do the EV route, or you can go the gas route, and the car doesn't get different, you know, by crazy.
Skydog Pin. Thoughts on the C8 E-Ray? Okay, and I'll publicly say this. In theory, it's great. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a good performer, especially from like a standstill 0 to 60. It's gonna be amazing. What are they getting? 2.5 seconds. I mean, you're really not shaving that much time off of versus a standalone gas. But
what is a C8? 2.9?
Yeah, I mean, you can get the base Stingray with the Z51 2.8 or 2.9, yeah. But I mean, the Z06 is what, 2. Oh, I better not say, because I mean I think I want to say 2.7, but I mean The E-Ray's a little bit. I mean, that's supercar numbers, dude. That's hypercar numbers.
I wonder how its actual handling will be, since I'm assuming it's gonna be heavier by hundreds of pounds heavier.
I think they only said it's like 200 pounds heavier. So you're still.
So they got the motors and batteries.
Yes.
For 200 pounds. I wonder.
200 pounds.
Yeah, did they say how many kilowatt total battery capacity it has?
No.
It doesn't have to be a big battery, since I guess you can charge it from.
No, if you watch Straight Pipes, they put a pretty decent video.
Yeah, I watched one where they had a cutaway and some other stuff, but it was like a week ago or something like that. So I've already kind of forgot the specifics.
I'm
assuming even a couple 100 pounds is going to lose some of your handling. Of course, I'm assuming it's going to handle worse. But of course, you have the all-wheel drive, which helps maybe counter it enough.
Yes. It's not my thing. I've never been the hybrid kind. If you're going to do it, like I said, the only way I would be on board with it is if the electric motor was attached to the flex plate or the flywheel, and do it like McLaren did with the P1. That physically makes the most sense to me. The most efficient and the most power. There's a lot less moving parts. Because basically you just have the electric motor attached to the gas motor, and that's it. You don't lose room in the frunk. You're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You have a lot less parts. Plus, you get the best of both worlds. If anything goes wrong, it's still just one motor. Plus the, I think it was a smaller battery pack. But the E-Ray, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, you get the Z06 body, so it's kind of like the Grand Sport replacement. You know what I mean? So you're going to get pretty much Z06 exterior with the hybrid all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive is definitely interesting.
What do you think? I've always been a rear-wheel drive, two-wheel drive kind of guy.
I mean, it's interesting it's always nice to have more options. So,
well, I mean you came from Subaru.
Now, yeah, it's nice having an option of going that route, but they still have the normal Corvette, which is nice. Like I said, that'd be perfect if the Camaro would have a Camaro option, and then they have an option of a hybrid Camaro.
It's like nice what they do with the Corvette.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I wouldn't mind if they said, "Oh, here's the new here's the new 7th gen Camaro, and here's an E-Ray version of the Camaro as well. Both options. Right. Here's an EV version of the Camaro. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But not just say, okay, your Camaro is now a crossover EV of some sort." And there's no other options. That's it.
That's flat out embarrassing. It's
a pickup truck now.
I prefer to go one way. Either if it's electric, just go the electric route, and if it's gas, just go the gas route. I think if there's too many, when you have the dichotomy like that of two different drivetrains, it gets expensive. Ownership gets expensive. Stuff breaks, and it gets complicated. It's just
all the normal maintenance plus whatever maintenance.
Plus I guess this, plus that.
I mean, if you're gonna go electric, at least you save on a lot of the maintenance stuff, which is nice. But with a hybrid, you got both. You have to worry about. Now I'm guessing you can turn off stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I guess if your electric fails, can you still drive in rear-wheel drive mode?
Yeah,
since it's air gap or whatever.
I believe you can.
Unless the motor, I guess, seizes on the axle completely, and then you can't spin.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This kind of technology is cool until it gets age on it, and then stuff just starts breaking all the time, and stuff wears out, and it's just it's just like S was saying last week with that Prius. They had to scrap the whole car because the battery was bad. A battery.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I guess with like
salvage the whole. Yeah.
You can't do any kind of performance upgrades on the E-Ray, I'm guessing, because you can't. I'm guessing
that's another good point. Yeah,
communicating between the electric side and the gas, you can't just bump up bump up the power on the gas side. The electric side is the same as him. I'm guessing that'll probably cause some kind of weird sync issues.
It's too complex.
And then so.
Yeah, I mean, and then the performance grades get more expensive, and it's just like I said, I go one route or the other. In theory, is it cool? Yeah, but so is a lot of other things that. I just don't touch or mess with, but I think that this is like the pinnacle of Camaro, and I think that they have a little bit more wiggle room to go. I don't think that this platform is dead. You know what I'm saying? I think they could have easily given us LT5, which they've already... somebody was saying online that they had the patent extended for a couple... They went in and bought new patents for a certain duration of time. I forgot what the duration of time was, but it looked like they were going to come back and bring the LT5 back into production. And then you just didn't hear anything about it. So I think that they could throw the LT5...
Well, what's the LT5 in right now? Isn't that in the...
It was 1 year. It was in the 2019 ZR1 Corvette.
Okay.
And it had both direct injection and port injection, and it had the 2650 blower on it.
Right.
So big power potential. It was nasty. 755 horsepower right out of the box. And there's a ton of headroom in that car. But it's... I don't know how they could financially R&D that and then just 1 year and one and done. So I don't know. I hope that they bring it back. If LT5 comes to Camaro, buying it. Don't care what I have to do.
Yeah. I mean,
if I got to go behind Walmart and do a whole bunch of bad things, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, sell off some of that meth you got in your car, you know.
That's right.
But no,
Yes,
the LT5 would be pretty sweet. But like I said, I think they're going to sail her away into the sunset.
No.
Into the sunset. At least for a few years until it makes its historic return.
You might be right, but
as a Pontiac Aztec, it's going to be a Pontiac Aztec when it comes back. We have a camper tent in the back.
Oh, the room spinning dirt. I'm seeing two of everything. Don't say that shit. Oh,
yeah, there you go. That's gonna be a Camaro 7th
gen. It's gonna be nasty. Well, sir, should we land it?
Yeah. So,
okay. All right.
I guess the big question will be: you said you are gonna plan on
nope. They already
saving
made
your
decision.
parts. Saving your parts. Or you're gonna just let her go as is, maybe.
I mean, guys, I'll tell you right now, the performance mods are going to slow down. They're going to slow down. I know I wanted to hit 1,000 wheel on this car, but I think it's time to start planning for this car. So,
shit, 1,000 wheel. I mean, that's with a blower. That's like almost undrivable. I mean,
yeah.
For daily driving, I mean that's why I'm thinking twins. So maybe you'll go 2650 with the 1LE, and then I'll go twins, and then we'll see how they compare.
Yeah, we'll meet up in Kansas or something.
Yeah, or Mexico. We'll meet up in Mexico.
There you go.
We'll see how the twin.
I was trying to say it without saying it, buddy.
We'll meet up in Unreal 5 CGI. It'll be all CGI.
My whole channel CGI. That's how I get
mine
away
too.
With
I mean,
all this.
that's my disclaimer. Everything I've
saying
done,
it right now. That's how everyone's like,
5.
You're showing the speedometer. You're showing. I'm like, dude, there's laws. There's laws in place that protect us. So.
Yeah, I mean, I speed up my videos to make my car look like it's going faster, and I CGI the speedo. It's all 100%.
That's pretty good. I didn't think
green
of that.
screen. Yeah. I mean,
green screen.
I do IT work for a reason. I got my Unreal 5 certification. We're good.
Yeah, I might have to hit you up for a little bit of that assistance.
Yep.
Well, sir, I appreciate you coming on and taking the evening to talk a little bit of shit with us about Camaro. But, so I'll be putting this order through. I'm getting a hold of my dealer. And everything that you saw, $79,000.
That's the 2023 price, right? 2024 is going to be higher than that. You already know they're going to throw in a couple more grand on top of that. So it's going to be 80. You're looking at 82 probably.
You think so? Out the door?
Oh yeah.
I'll bet you.
Well, not out the door. That's before taxes, right?
Yeah.
Tax, title, all the other BS. Yeah. So it's going to be 90 almost out the door.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I get my I don't know if I should put the ZL1 up for sale now or not.
Well, I mean, 2024, it's probably, a whole year before you even receive that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you want to drive your Aztec or whatever full-time for next year. I mean, you are a meth guy. I mean, Walter White is an Aztec driver.
Oh man, get a paper bag on the weekends and
Yeah.
cut some eye holes out on it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't sell it now because you don't have nothing for, that car in 2024 isn't going to be delivered until a full year from now probably.
Yeah, I'll keep it for a little bit, but I'm telling you right now, guys, the performance mods and everything in 2023 are probably going to slow down. So
yeah, no point if you're going to be shifting
right.
over. Yeah,
right. So
like even you said you had the splitter, I wouldn't put the splitter on or anything like that yet.
Probably not.
But I've been sitting on my splitter for 6 months, so it's not that hard. You can just sit your parts and look at them and not actually install them.
Be a collector.
I have my whole garage is stacked with parts just piled up everywhere that I haven't installed yet.
Sounds like when the car gets here, I'll hit you.
Doing the videos, it takes twice as long, 3 times as long.
Does.
So sometimes I'm like, I don't want to spend all weekend installing this thing and making a video. So I'm just going to sit on it. I'll do it next weekend.
Yeah,
and then it turns out 6 months. So yeah, I've ran out of space. I have to install this stuff now. So I've hit the deadline.
And then it starts snowing. Yeah. Alrighty, sir. Well, I'll put this order through, and don't forget to go to Derpzilla, subscribe, check out his content. Like I said, real good detailed stuff. So don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Other than that, I guess we'll be catching you guys on the next one.
All right, man. I'll catch you later. Peace.
All right, bud. Thank you. Later.
All right, that's it.